What do you think he can only star in 2 true sights? That's it? Next, everyone else has to go in true sight?
I feel like he just loves Dota too much, if you ask me. That guy, even when he already won TI, because I have him on my friends list, and he's like playing way more Dota than me, after winning TI. I'm not playing any events, so I casually just play a couple of games every now and then. And normally what happens with a team after they win a tournament, they take a break. They don't they don't go home and, oh great, time to play more Dota. That's generally not what happens.
Well, he won TI, settled down for a bit, started playing more Dota, won another TI, then he settled down for a bit, and he kept going, man. He kept going. I mean, you have to remember TI 10 was obviously 9 follows or 10 follows 9, but the TI 10 we should have had in Stockholm in what 2020 actually happened in 2021, much later on in the year, and he was still at that one. So that's how eager, that's how hungry this guy is to play. We'll see if we get any OG games later on to talk a little bit more about him. But for now, I think all eyes on Malik, our other stand-in here for the side of Quest Esports, taking on 9Pandas, who have shown great improvements over the last 2 months, especially. I think really playing some phenomenal Dota. I think you're starting to really see Solo back on the old captaincy days, right? Eastern Europe always with plenty of strong leaders, and he's now rallied yet another group, and we'll see how they can do alongside Kiyotaka, former depressed kid, TA 2000, former naive. They think they can confuse me by changing their names. It won't work on me, Winter. It won't work.
Sometimes players are just a bit religious with the names. It's like when they lose, they shave off the beard,
Right.
and then when they keep winning, they just don't do it ever.
Well,
And
Winter,
then
we don't have to keep filling, but I'm so curious. Did you ever go through any name changes before for you?
uh, I've definitely had different names before, but I've never explicitly changed my name in the middle of something or in
Right.
between, like a duration of period in the same team. Yeah,
Have you ever like cut your hair differently? Did you ever do any of those?
no.
All right.
The only thing I do differently is when I queue my games and I keep losing, and I'll try to do some weird ass build the next game because I got so triggered and I just want to have fun and I don't really care if I win or lose the next game.
All right. Well, there
That's
it
the
is.
only that's the only crazy thing that I would actually try and do, and probably get reported in that game because I would do something. Let's just put it in
Let's
a way
just
where people think I'm not trying to win the game.
ah. I got you. You're trying to be a maestro. You're trying to be 9-headed. You're trying to be pointy
I'm
headed,
trying
even
to be
as is this
Slasher's way. Slasher's way.
as is this Darkseer. I don't know what you're going to think a slasher's way Darkseer here, but an early Darkseer pick, don't you think? Over from the side of Quest Esports, all that 9Pandas is showing is the Timbersaw. Haven't really let on too much about what they want their carry to be. What are you thinking about this Darkseer already 7th pick?
Not entirely sure, but the vibes are you just want to pick 6 and 7. You want to pick your off lane and your position 4 right away, and you want to pick like a off lane that doesn't really care about the matchup. Like in the past, you would see a lot of like Doom being picked early or Beastmaster because those heroes were strong before. And right now, after everything's nerfed and changed, uh, maybe they feel like this is the hero that you can pick early. But traditionally, I would say Darkseid is not the hero that you want to reveal first because Darkseid needs a good lane matchup, and he needs a lot of farm to be effective. And nowadays, what I would say about Darkseid is because he's a universal hero right now, he's a lot stronger in the lane. So you see teams pairing him with a range hero. You don't necessarily see teams
Right.
pick, Darkseid Spearbreaker, Darkseid
Right.
Clockwork, Nyx, all
Darkseer
those.
Nyx, one of those classic. Right, because he can just
Yeah,
last hit now.
yeah, he can just last it without using Iron Shell. So he's actually a pretty good laner at the moment. And on top of that, what you want to do with position 4 is as long as he provides kill trap with the Darkseid, then you're fine. It doesn't matter if it's a range hero or melee hero. That's why you see a lot of all this Darkseid being picked without a melee hero because the range heroes are stronger in the lane. So
Yeah.
they help you secure creeps and get kills more.
They can contest pulls a lot easier, stack a lot easier. That
Mhm.
sort of gameplay as well, I think, tends to be really important and crucial when, one little wave skip can make a big difference when you're something like a Darkseer. And 9Pandas, they consider it for a while. They're still dipping pretty well deep into their reserve time and did so especially for this 8th pick, Skywrath Mage. And despite even the Morphling nerfs, they are paying some respect to the strength of TA 2000. They'll remove his TA, as it's in the name, and they'll also take care of the Morphling, even if 733E significantly nerfed the hero. They don't want him in the hands of Naive here.
I mean, still a Timbersaw, right? Universal hero, even though it's not 40% stat still anymore.
Yeah, it's like
what,
15%.
20, right?
I think it's
15.
Hold on, let me double check.
check.
It's because I know it's only an additional 5 now, and I think they nerfed it from 20 to 10.
Oh yeah.
That might not
no,
be
the
correct.
the universal is 20 to 5. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Extra 20 to 5. So it's what? 15. Yeah, correct. 15.
Yeah, there it is. See, I passed. I passed the 7th grade. I did pretty well back in those kinds of maths. You can take me at my word sometimes, Winter. But I wouldn't take myself at my word for what else that Quest Esports is going to try and throw on for TA 2000. He maybe sees a Timbersaw showing. They're going to ban out the Doom to also protect him against some possibly, annoying lanes. I don't expect to see his hero here. What do you think? Do you show your mid or do you show your other support if you're Quest? What's the move?
Normally, I would like to show my other support, but sometimes I see teams because you see the Timber, and you can just straight away pick a core that's really good against Timber that can be flexible. Let me see if I can think of that hero. That's actually nothing comes on top of my head right now.
Well, they're going to show a support.
Okay, so the SD provides them with a save for the Skywrath ulti, and it also means that Shadow Demon with Darkseer might be actually the lane, because whenever you have Darkseer, I feel like you want a position 4 that can easily stack the camps, so you can farm the stacks. And Shadow Demon is like probably the best at doing that because you can just stack with the poison easily without losing much time in the lane. And he also gives you a lot of like a anti-carry hero, because SD makes it so that the enemy struggles to find a carry that wants to play this game, because Shadow Demon just basically counters most of the carries.
Yeah, removes a lot of the popular mids as well, like a DP, DK even, right? Some illusion heroes, your Medusas.
But
those
the Storm
kinds of
is a
heroes.
good pick here. Because SD, you're very weak against heroes that can jump you right away. And you're not really particularly good at catching a Storm. I mean, Disruption is so-so. So
Yeah,
you definitely suck against Storm Spirit.
They do have themselves a Rubik and Winter. Every time I see it, I'm obliged by law. I took a blood oath many years ago, many moons, that you can vacuum a Storm Spirit out of his ball lightning. And I've seen it.
Yes.
You know who's done it? It happened to Dendi. So if it can happen to Dendi, it can happen to anyone else. But that is an interaction that exists in the game. So,
and now there is a global silence after the Storm jumps in. So good luck.
Good luck. That's not happening. No way. No friggin' way. And Quest Esports within these 3 heroes, at least 3 heroes that certainly struggle to break through the front lines. They needed something like that could go in for a nice little blink toss back, and that ought to be a mid lane tiny then by the looks of things.
Yeah, very good against the Sky, and the Silencer has a pretty good lane matchup against the Storm. The Storm doesn't really pressure you too much. You can farm. I mean, obviously the Storm's gonna farm too, but both of you are gonna be able to last it without too much of a problem. So again, the important thing is who gets the runes. So it'd be very, very crucial that the supports actually prioritize every power rune. Because Tiny and Storm, they're both very, very good at using all those power runes. So that could be a very, very big thing in the early game. If the lanes go 50-50, the runes are going to play a huge factor.
Yeah, so we're going to see 2 more carries banned out then as a result of 18 picking the Tiny. Quest Esports, they also predict we've yet to see the carry for 9Pandas. I think that's a safe bet as well. So we'll get a lot of carries banned out here in this last phase, on top of the TA, on top of the Morph, on top of the Faceless Void, and I mean, I guess you could maybe run the Brood Mother as a carry, but lots of carries being banned out here, Winter. Anything glaring that you see that's being glanced over by either of these teams?
Anti-mage, because it's a Darkseer. There you go.
There it is. Yeah. There it is. Good looking out there, Winter.
I feel like it might actually be some weird ass carry now, because most of the carries are banned. I mean, there's still Lifestealer, but I know Lifestealer is a terrible hero. I mean, usually you pick Lifestealer against like all Tinies. It's very good against that. But right now against Shadow Demon, Probably not. Like Life Stealer used to be like a pick in with this kind of lineup with Storm. You just ball in global, you kill a hero right away.
I'm looking at what teams have played recently. I do see a Lycan game here for Ramses.
Lycan seems good against the supports, but I'm not sure how well he does in the lane against the Ducks here. Whether he
Right.
can actually farm okay in that lane.
That's where I was going, because I remember the Lycan Necrobook 3 days playing a lot of Rubik and Shadow Demon, and you get very sad playing against a shapeshifted wolf. You have the Timbersaw already, as you say, Winter, to be the anchor around, the Storm and the Lycan to rotate and join fights around. Leaves you a little bit lacking on lockdown. What will they go for? The Alchemist instead. All right,
Yep,
Quest Esports, they were expecting this Winter immediately into the TB. Immediately.
Yep, they intentionally leave the TB in the pool because the enemy doesn't want to pick TB against Darkseer and Shadow Demon. But the TB would mean that the Quest team can get a carry that has a better core-to-core matchup against the 9Pandas carry. But on the other hand, I feel like the Alchemist gives them like at least a specific timing to finish the game. Like you get Radiance, AC, BKB, maybe you
Blink
get
Dagger.
a blink,
Yeah.
maybe you get a blink in between. You can always have the potential to end the game before the Terrorblade becomes like a huge problem to you. You know, I mean, obviously Terrorblade has high armor, so it's very difficult for Elk to go toe to toe against the Terrorblade later. But you farm a lot quicker with Elk because of Grievous Greed, so you hit your timings faster, and if you are able to get a good start, because Elk he's a pretty good laner, you know, with the stun, you get kills in the lane and whatnot, so you can easily snowball.
Right.
You get a good start. You take control of the map. You have acid for Roshan. There's always a chance for you to finish the game before TB is ready.
Well, talk to me a little bit about how you think. I've got two topics, and I'll go first on the offlaners because I think we'll then move on to talk about the mid laner scene, as I think this mid lane matchup is going to be pretty interesting as well. But talk to me about the offlaner difference here between the Darkseer for the side of Quest and the Timbersaw, right, for 9Pandas. Timber, we've seen plenty of games of. We kind of know what he does, but I'm more interested on how you view theoretically this Darkseer. Can he be a very similar kind of anchor, a swinging points as you call it, for the teams to play around? Because that's the only one I really see for the side of Quest.
Yeah, it's gonna very much depend on the start that he gets. You know, like I stated before when I saw the hero, this hero doesn't like playing from behind. If you get a decent enough start, you can definitely be the anchor. You hold the map. You don't really want to leave that area. You keep shuffling the wave out with Iron Shell, and then you wait you wait for your team to to come to you to gank you. That's typically what you do as Darkseer. And then when you get your team items, you group up, you smoke, you vacuum and make a combo, you win the team fight, then you win the game, you know. That's the perfect Darkseer scenario.
And we'll see if Darkseer can actually make that happen. You've got the Tiny as well to be able to rotate in and around that to try and pivot off a couple more fights in your favor. Now 9Pandas making a pretty cool deep move here. Are we going to see a ward setup? Yeah, okay. Behind the tower is where Antares decides his first ward will go. Maybe he's going to be looking to scout stacks early?
Scout lanes? What's happening? So
What
he's
is...
blocking. Wait, he's blocking. Oh, he's making the creep wave go into the tower. So you see he places a sentry in front of the tower.
Yeah.
So when the creep gets to the tower, they're going to see the sentry. They're going to spend some time hitting the sentry. So the wave will go into the tower.
8 auto attacks right there. He's already set himself up with the Watcher as well. He has 3 allies nearby. They may look for a cheeky first blood.
Game right now.
50 gold for that. We'll see if it pays off. For now, 9Pandas, the trap is set. We'll see what they can get going now as Antares hiding behind his sentry. Runes 2 apiece otherwise. Nothing too interesting going on mid and top other than Omar running top already. We'll see. Okay, there go the creep.
Let's see if they try to block the creeps in front. Let's see what's happening.
Antares is blocking the creeps as well. He's got vision.
I mean, this is so cool to watch, man. That's why he has the ops there.
Yeah. He's going to be taking a bit of damage. Yeah, can't really harass too much, this 0 armor hero.
Can't wait to do this in my game later.
There it is. Creeps underneath the tower. Naive not letting that stop him too much as the blood grenade already tossed early from Kaori. Man, blood grenade's probably like the closest thing we have in Dota to slapping someone with a white glove, don't you think?
Too cheap of a white glove, I think.
Oh.
Too cheap, 65 gold.
Careful here, Antares. He might be in for a rough time as that's already the metamorphosis forced. Early on, he will make it back underneath his tower and live. That bonus armor doing a big deal there.
He probably would have died without the armor.
Yeah, 100%. Oh,
Skyrock is just so weak to right clicks in the early game.
I guess that's the only downside about pushing the wave like that is TA2000 just easily gets level 2, right? Looks to use whatever advantage he can there, but fails to secure the kill. What's the goal here? Is it just to secure an easy level 1 from Miero?
Yeah, most likely you get to your level 2 with armor and reactive. But they didn't block the pull camp. So right now, Kaori is pulling the wave back with his single pull. So I feel like the Terrorblade, he's okay, you know, despite what they did in the early game. That 50 gold investment might not have been so impactful as I expected.
But is it more to stop the Terrorblade, or is it more to just get the Timber Saw, through the difficult? Okay.
It's both.
Well, in that sense, then it still proved to be somewhat effective. Antares is trapped here. Good body blocks from Kaori. We'll force him all the way back. We are the bot lane extravaganza for now. Let's keep our eyes on mid, where Noob is also falling close to death. It's Ramses up top lane who goes down first, though. They will be able to trade away to kill down bottom as Omar is going to go down. Malik, he's going to be able to keep his ins. He's got all this armor, all this strength. He'll be just fine for now. Down bottom, though, is Kaori continuing to fight here, taking down to the blood grenade. Cannot break vision. Antares needs a little bit more of the right clicks, but Kaori, he's got him just edged out. Oh, no more mana. Had just another blood grenade to throw, but Kaori is going to be the last one standing down there. What an exciting couple of side lanes we've got cooking this one, huh?
0 armor, Skyrock, man. You ain't winning any trade against anybody.
No, you're not.
I've been in that shoes.
Not even your own illusions. That's a bit of a feels bad, but a big win now for the side of Quest, who are going to be able to at least maintain good equilibrium. TA2000 very comfortable here, even if he is going to miss out on the Lotus, CSing like a dream here compared to how Miero has been doing. Miero, though, I don't know. We'll keep our eyes on him, right? 2 points now in reactive armor with the Ring of Health and the Healing Lotus. Oof. But it's Ramses who continues to be in trouble up top lane.
I mean, maybe this is why they first faced the Darks. It feels like Darkseid is just that strong in the lane. And on top of that, we didn't really get to talk much about the mid lane. The Storm Kiyotaka is having a very, very good start so far. 21-3 to the 15-2 Tiny. And Storm is one of those heroes. If you give this hero
bottom, Antares is fine.
If you give this hero an early start, he's gonna be able to snowball very easily. So definitely want to watch your eyes on this Storm,
Yeah, and he's been off to a pretty good start. I think the issue is even as a mid lane, Tiny.
Oh my God, Solo.
No way.
No,
Solo.
This is so good, man, Solo.
What a rotation.
Every time he comes at the right time with the Twin Gate. Ari?
What's going on now? Is he actually making a play? There he is.
He actually gets the kill first, but Solo gets another +2.
That is Solo up to 6 now, trying to deny himself to the tower. Will go down.
Well played.
2000 gets nothing to that, and I suspect Winter, get your gas station noises ready because there's an empty bottle here for Kiyotaka. Refill number 1 coming courtesy of Antares. Refilled immediately.
Fair, the Tiny got a bottle refill previously.
Okay, now they're actually TPing 2 supports. The toss is actually going to dislocate Kiyotaka just a little bit now. More TPs coming on through as Solo now freshly respawn. Can't really change much in this engagement, even with all that stolen int. And Brown Boots Winter, he is farmed. A big kill, however, onto the Storm Spirit. Noob. Oh, no.
That's a big kill. That is actually a very, very big kill for the Skyrock at this stage. He's happy about it.
That is...
I love Go and XP.
That is wild. What is going on?
The supports are definitely having a very good game right now.
Kaori, he might be dead too. No, Miero's not going to rotate all the way out for that. Solo might just have him with right clicks here if he can just maintain the vision.
No, he's going for it.
Look at that 9 head move. Did you see Kaori? He aggroed the ghost camp to give the attack speed and move speed slow to Solo.
Yep.
What the heck? Nice. These guys are nerds, Winter.
I told you, man.
Oh my. I can't believe it.
That's such a nut game right now.
Antares mid lane, he's in trouble. He's likely just dead, even to just the low amount of damage that Rubik does. It's a noob who will collect the kill there on his behalf.
Yep, Solo once again wants that additional +2.
Ooh, but he won't find it. Naive is going to TP away in time, although that was very close.
Yeah, no mana on
that was Kimber. Very close.
And right now, Catapult Wave and Miero pulls the wave away, and Kaori comes down, does the same thing. All right, this is such a fun game to watch. both teams are just doing the right things to counteract what the opponent is doing so far. Good game of Dota right here.
First, a power rune spawns. It's going to go into the Battle of Noob. Kiyotaka had to clear the wave in order to get the siege wagon off of his tower. More money moves being made, though, by the 9Pandas supports. Solo. Well, let's see where he wants to go. He's kind of been deciding between mid and bottom again. Not really
he's
sure.
thinking about where is the best place for his +2. He's looking at the map. Okay, maybe mid lane isn't the best place to go.
Let's just peek top real quick here. By the way, wall of replica just bing chilling in the lane. Oh, it's just left, but you'll have to take my word for it. Ramses will survive a solo kill attempt here, so he's just fine now. And this scan out from the side of 9Pandas, it's scouted. Kaori he is going to try and make a sneaky move here. I think he's far too late, far too slow. Yeah, he's going to go ahead and call himself off there, as Antares would have been beat by a mile to the Wisdom Rune.
Yeah, definitely very, very crucial that you at least secure one of that, Like the Wisdom Runes is just like one of the most important things, if not the most important thing in the laning phase, during the early game. Kaori, he's going to come back to the lane. Miro doesn't have much mana, but Solo is here again. Slows him down. Another +2 for Mr. Boss Solo.
Yes, it is. Another +2 up to 8 already mid lane. Kiyotaka might be in danger. Kiyotaka already utilizing a bit of the stun. Avatos into the telekinesis. Omar assisting in that kill beautifully. A noob could have tanked for days there with the shield rune active. They kill him even with the ball lightning ready. Noob is absolutely popping off. This is such a lovely game here.
We are going to start to see more of this Tiny. I think this hero is going to make a comeback, Every time before TI, this hero is just, okay, Tiny is a good hero again, Then everybody just starts picking the hero again. Solo tries to deny the rune.
Oh, he'll be killed for that. However, it might result in at least Kiyotaka picking up a kill, maybe even 2. Doesn't look like it. Noob instead has only Avalanche. Toss not ready for 7 more seconds, but with the right clicks might just have him dead to rights here as Kiyotaka instead jumps onto Kaori. Down he goes. That was actually Disseminate that ended up getting a little bit of tick damage onto Antares. First time I've seen that leveled so early.
Yeah, me too. Normally you don't see this spell level this early.
That's a curious one. Another wall of replica, by the way, dropped in the top lane. Unable to find much onto Ramses. He's A-okay for now.
Both the side lane heroes for 9Pandas sitting comfy at top and bottom. The Timber and the Elk. Elk is going to try to push the Darkseer away, but Darkseer is just going to ignore him, run away with Surge. And here comes the smoke team. Noob is coming in without a dagger.
Ramses does not have the chemical rage here for 30 seconds either. Noob without the dagger. We'll see what he can do. His Solo is going to end up being clipped. He TPs himself right back on down, though. And it seems like Quest Esports, they're not going to be able to stop the Alchemist from coming in. In fact, look at that aggressive TP. Miro coming in to try and shut this one down. A little vacuum to prevent a little bit more damage as Ramses, in his own excitement, stuns himself. That only leaves Omar left behind in easy pickings for another +2. Solo up to 10 stolen int.
Man, he's having such a good start, as a silencer. It's a dream start for you. You're almost level 6 in 9 minutes. Practically level 6. You have 10 in. I mean, this is just nothing more you can ask, as a silencer. And he's been doing a lot of very good plays with the Twin Gate, I feel like he's one of the few supports that actually regularly abuses the Twin Gate for kills.
Lane already making another aggressive play here. That's a 20% bonus damage onto Kiyotaka with the Disseminate. He's trying to dodge the tick, and he has. Nice job in the ball lightning.
Yeah, very, very nicely done by Kiyotaka. He probably would have not died anyway, but just star points here. He had more than enough HP to survive. So right now the game is going to go to a phase where both the cores are just going to sit on the side lanes. Both the cores on Quest and 9Pandas, they're going to try to occupy the side lane as much as possible. And it's going to be coming down to the Tiny and the Storm. How much can they do to kick off the other cores, with the runes, So the rune control is going to be, once again, very, very crucial. So far we've seen Shield rune, Illusion rune, and what was the third rune? Was it
Regen
DD?
for noob?
Regen
for noob. So we still have DD, Haste, and Arcane. So those are big ones.
Yeah, very, very big for the Storm, especially.
Mechanism nearly fully online now from Malik. It seems like they have been very successful in playing around him. And Noob is going to show now. Blink Dagger freshly delivered. We'll see what he can make happen of that. Down bottom, TA2000 as well, farming up pretty comfortably. Is being actually no, he's pretty poor, to be honest. For all the fighting that's happened, it's 9Pandas that have reaped the most benefit here.
She's actually okay. It's not that he's a little bit behind, but it's a elk, you know. So elk is, I think the elk being 2K ahead is like pretty large, you know, compared to like the Terrorbird being behind. You know? I think the Terrorbird is at a pretty decent spot.
Yeah, there's a little bit of a fight breaking out now. We are fixing that in-game sound for you as we finally a global silence to come through. Nice dodge there out from Noob, utilizing that illusion rune. Didn't really do too much at the end. But so far, no one falling quite yet. 9Pandas forced to global underneath their tier 2 tower to defend possibly a death on a Ramses, but they will smoke up now. Kiyotaka and Ramsey smoked up, looking for a kill quickly now onto the Dark Seer, but he got off a surge just in the nick of time. Disruption as well from Kaori is going to prevent an easy kill there, as now they're looking to turn. Wall of Replica dropped. Antares in trouble here as they will focus down onto him. He's an easy kill. Down he will go. Kill goes the way of Kaori. Noob as well from behind. Able to find Ramses, but there's a full Radiance online here. The toss back, onto the creep wave was Omar and Kaori looking to give chase, but ultimately unable to really affect the life of Ramses all too much.
Yeah, very, very close. If she could have body blocked the elk for another 2 seconds, Rubik would have got in range for a lift, and maybe they could have gotten a kill. So, rather unfortunate for them.
Yep.
But Ramses right now, he's gonna get a blink after this Radiant.
In trouble here. Timbersaw is not going to get to the high ground. Excellently timed there from Omar with the telekinesis lift. Miero might end up just dying to this. He's got a lot of HP regen. He missed on the Timber Chain. Or was it the Vacuum Winter? That must have been the Vacuum. Miero running for his life. Malik a bit too speedy though. With Chakram not changing a thing. I also heard a Sunder here from behind. Not sure what's going on back there, but it's Kiyotaka now who's joining the fight. A buyback out from Solo as they do look to rejoin this fight. Malik, his surge now has ran out, but Noob making the jump on in. Malik will tick down to that Mystic Flare as an Avalanche, catching 3. That'll force Ramses to stun himself. As efficient as ever, though, he'll use it to just farm a couple more creeps around him. Omar might be the last victim of this engagement. Noob is nearby, though, threatening with another Avatos, and Kiyotaka, low on the mana, will be forced back.
I mean, now you start to see the out. You know, he's able to participate and help. The Terrorblade still kind of wants to farm, and he's not gonna be so keen to fight. You know, so 9Pandas, they have to try to use this opportunity to get as much as they can. You know, especially now he has his blink in like 200 gold. So 9Pandas, they're in a very, very good position to run around the map, get some smokes. And Noob, he's gonna find Solo.
Well, down he goes. A big kill there. And that might set up Quest now to finally take a tier 1 shot. Oh no, Kiyotaka! Malik, he was just half a second too early on that vacuum, and Kiyotaka easily making it out alive. Not sure what was Demonic Purged either. Might have been onto a creep. I suspect they were trying to catch the Storm Spirits.
Yeah, I think he was trying to pull him out of the ball lightning.
Yep. He was trying. Did it a bit early. I think he was trying to continue the chain stun. Not sure. I'm telling you guys, you can vacuum him out of ball lightning. That was a perfect opportunity to see. It's level 1 ball lightning. That thing don't move very quick at all. Only level 2 vacuum though. Not the biggest AoE. Hero. Oh, it'll be all right. Oh, very aggressive game. Winter. Why is this game? You know, why are both teams incentivized to continue fighting like this? I mean, look at Miro for God's sake.
He doesn't care. He has a pipe. He's strong, man. And his elk has a blink. They want to fight.
All right. See what they can find. Right now, it's a 1 versus 4, quite literally, before Kiyotaka zips in across the avalanche. Noob, though, on the low ground, breaking vision. The toss as well, buying a little bit more time, but they're right on top of their man. Global silence not changing a darn thing here either. In fact, it's just stopping Quest from counter-initiating. A big old vacuum is going to be able to catch on to 3. The wall as well, but the illusions only beating down on Taras, doing nothing to stop Kiyotaka from just zipping onto these backliners. Kill after kill here. Antares even able to make it out alive. And it all starts from Miero literally just running at his enemies.
Yeah, they just understood their timing with the pipe plus global silence on Solo. Literally, there's nothing Quest can do right now. I mean, they have a really fat Dark here, you know, with Priest and Vanguard, but even then, that's not enough, you know, because the rest of the heroes, once the Storm finds a target with Skyrock, they blow one hero up, and they group up together with the Pipe Aura. So it means
Right.
that the tiny can't kill anybody in a team fight. And you add an out on top of things with a blink this early on, team fight is over.
Yeah, that blink radiance buffing the damage as well, right? With the acid spray. But Winter, tell me though. I mean, TA2000, he's still farming behind all this. He's starting to get a little bit more recovered at this stage. He's going to look for a solo kill now onto Antares. Ooh, quick little Manta style sees him out of that one safely.
I mean, look at that. Who does that as a carry? You know, like look at.
Hold on. Big ol' zip. TA2000 just dead. Kiyotaka will swiftly punish him. Who does that? Not you, Naive.
Definitely not you. Yeah, but the thing he does in the game, you know, like no other carries I feel like would do.
Oh, Solo, what a move as well. It looks like a feed to the uninitiated. He's breaking the smoke. Kiyotaka nearly out of mana, might be able to rejoin this fight now because they've expended it a lot. Noob as well, caught and left behind, killed off as he's slowed to a crawl by Miro's Chakra. What could be next as Ramses is going to continue giving chase. Oh, he sees this, man. He's going to stun himself here by the looks of things. There it is.
We need a stun himself counter on that.
I believe that's 3 or 4 this game, Winter.
No, it's 6, I think.
You don't know that.
Include the ones in the lane, you know.
Listen, I wasn't looking at him in lane. I was too distracted by the gloriousness of bottom lane, of the nerds being nerdy down bottom.
I don't blame you though.
All right, but like
I got you covered.
How many more items does TA2000 need? Right, he's got Manta. Obviously, that's not enough, as we've just seen. Scotty, are you supporting the Scotty here? Would you like to see something different for him?
Scotty is the bane of alchemists. You can't move, you can't right click, you can't heal. Definitely a good solid choice here by the Terrorblade. That's why the Terrorblade eventually just out carries the Elk. You know, there's not much you can do as an Elk to itemize against that. You can only try to end the game before the Terrorblade becomes your terror.
Well, that would be a big one. Let's also not forget that, you know, Malik, even if he only hits a couple heroes with the Wall of Replica, if he does catch the Alchemist, that Radiance Burn is certainly going to be very annoying for the Elk.
Yep. And then you add a Disruption on top of things.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, they removed the trick. You used to be able to just like turn off your Radiance the very first tick you came outside of Disruption, and the illusion would spawn without the Radiance on.
And you're saying that this this bottom lane is all nerds, you know? You are also a big nerd.
Yeah, dude, I love these little interactions in Dota. It used to just be a thing. You used to be able to toggle it when you were inside a Radiance, and people would just ruin games like that. Careful though, Miro. As he is in his style, starting off the fight. Big ol' zip, perfectly timed avalanche, as now even Malik looking to potentially counter-initiate. I wish he vacuumed onto that little cliff. You can cliff people on that little one there. But does drop the Wall of Replica for that, Winter. Kind of a big commitment.
So pretty good cooldown being wasted. So 9Pandas, they have a couple of minutes, 2 minutes to take whatever they want on the map. I think the wall is actually a pretty big spell for the team fights or quest. So without it, I don't think they should be trying to contest this mid tower. So they're gonna just try to split push, get as much as they can on the map.
Especially with Ramsey showing up now holding a fresh BKB and that Blink Dagger. When we were kind of hypothesizing, hold on, top lane, that's another big old zip. Naive, is he going to be able to live the global silence? Oh, he already used the Manta. Miro cuts him down. Nothing Kaori could do except try and run. Solo's here for another +2. Will be denied at this time, as the entirety of 9Pandas will swing up top lane to celebrate the kill there onto Naive. TA2000, sorry.
It should be time for them to get Roche fairly soon. Put the Aegis onto Kiyotaka so he can actually jump in even more aggressively. And he's going for an early Aghanim. So he's trying to set up for the Elk stun.
And that budget black hole, that's what I'd love to see. I always say that Storm is one of the best early Aegis users. There's just very few heroes that benefit from being out of position with a BKB with full HP and mana like this guy. You know? Early Aegis. Ember's pretty good too. I won't deny it. But Ember, you might be limited by your remnants. With Storm, you're just limited by your mana, which you always respawn with 100%.
He's the best. He's the best Aegis carrier.
I don't know. Listen, I don't know about the best. I think he's a good one for sure as Kaori. trying to just get his damn wisdom rune. Maybe allowed to, actually, as he is dying here pretty quickly. Omar as well might fall victim next to Kiyotaka as it's Cagliari burned to a crisp by Antares. Miro, by the way, he's just casually up in your high ground. You don't have a single tier 2 tower yet.
He denied the wisdom rune.
This might be too fast. Nope, it's okay. Cagliari, he will deny the wisdom rune at the very least. A small victory there for him.
Ramsey's misclick there. He should have gotten the rune.
He's too busy farming.
Yeah, too busy hitting creeps. Okay. Even in defeat, you know, you try to get something out of it. You die, but you deny the wisdom rune.
That little bit of efficiency, you never know, could make a big difference here down the line. And Quest, they need these kinds of things to crawl back into this game. I mean, A2000 now being caught out a handful of times, it just doesn't really seem like, you know, anyone else has been able to be the Timbersaw equivalent for this game, right? No one's been able to be the anchor to swing around.
I mean, they have the Darkseer, but Darkseer just isn't the same as like a Timber. Timber is more like imposing, like it's more threatening than the Darkseer. Darkseer is great when you have heroes around to combo with the vacuum, but when you're alone, you're not as scary as a Timber. Timber just does too much damage, you know. So you have to run for him, and you can't kill him because he's so tanky. Darkseer doesn't force you to run away.
Nope. He forces you to chase, which sometimes is a bad idea, but this game hasn't really proven to be too difficult, really, or dangerous for 9Pandas, who are scanning now and then searching this bottom side of the map, hoping to find another free kill under the TB. He's out of there with good time, though. And now there's that AC finished up here, Winter. So AC is done. TA2000 closing in on Eye of Scotty. Still lasts around 300 to 400 gold by my count. He's starting to get there.
Ramses, he's gonna find Noob. Should not be able to kill him alone. He needs a team.
Noob. Oh, well, he's got teammates, Winter. And in fact, he got +6 gold for getting the last hit there.
The little things that matter. Bonus goal.
The bonus gold. Things looking good so far here for the side of 9Pandas. Oh, another big old zip. Oh, that's just Kiyotaka making use of the regeneration rune. You love to see it. And maybe even Roche going down now here. This is only first Roche, is it?
Yep. First Roche for the Kiyotaka Storm with his Aghanim's purchase right now. And budget black hole. Want to see the budget black hole into the alchemist stun?
Yep. Into Mystic Flare. Everyone shares the Mystic Flare.
Mystic Flare is no good because you share the damage.
Yeah, you know, it's still a lot of damage. Would it? Just because it's 900 damage shared by 5 people doesn't make it any less damage.
But then you don't get the kill as Skyra. That would be sad for you.
That's right. And that's really the real reason we play support, right? To get kills.
Why can't you just let me have my fun, you know? Let me get the kills, you know? I'm buying sentries, I'm buying smoke. I'm already doing the unfun things in the game. The least you could do is leave me some kills. Sounds fair?
No, I disagree. Lovely double pull there. Double stack, I should say, by Ramses. He's going to have a big old gold injection from this, and is looking next to be able to pick up his nullifier already. Antares taking a little bit of the support tax gold there.
I think this nullifier item is way too good. And it's too cheap. Like the components are like too easy to get. Like, it's good for the carry. Like gives you damage, gives you armor.
Oh, Winter!
Yes.
Look what Antares has in his quick buy.
Dagon or what?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, the spell life steal is nice, you know. Like I feel like people are going to start to realize that actually getting a casual Dagon is good because you get the spell life steal, and it's very useful on certain, like, maybe Skyraf is not the best, you know, example, you know, but for certain heroes it could mean a lot.
I think it makes a big deal. I agree. I mean, look, there's still the problem of disruption illusions, so, you know, don't get too loco here, Mr. Alchemist, but yeah, he's still pretty decent. Yotaka, he's daring anyone to go for that B-ward. Omar, uh-oh, it's going to be Noob instead in the mid lane. Oh,
nice,
really nice save up from the high ground into the back wall. Now onto 2 Miero, struggling to get out thanks to the avalanche here. Kiyotaka as well, about at half HP.
Oh,
that's going to be a stolen Rubik Chakram, and that's just a kill as well on a Miero.
The Skadi, man, he couldn't regen.
It's the Scotty, it's the stolen Chakram as well. It was 500 damage from a stolen Chakram.
It's everything. I did not expect the Timber to die there. He's actually so freaking tanky. Almost 3k HP with the pipe.
They blow through that no problem.
Yeah, he's
Especially
gonna,
now with the Van Brace, he had plus. Oh no, never mind. That's only on strength. He had it on int.
That's how confident he was. I'm
Yep.
not gonna die. I want my spell amp, you know? 6% spell amp, you know? I want to kill heroes.
10% is actually crazy on Van Brace. Such a good item.
You say that, and then we have 10% on Occult Bracelet. Level
Is
1
it 10?
item.
I thought it was 5% on Occult.
10%.
That is.
Why?
I mean,
Why? You get stats,
That
you get
is-
mana regen, and Ramses is gonna force noob of his BKB.
is 10%? Yeah, noob forced to BKB.
Why
is gonna be able to
why
TP
do
away?
you actually doubt me? Why would I lie?
I did. I did.
I can't believe you
Hold
doubt
on,
me.
Kiyotaka, TP in top, is going to look for the supports. Ward planted down, Kiyotaka in some trouble. It is a stolen Chakram here out from Omar. Doesn't really have a whole lot left to offer, but Kaori, oh, not able to TP away.
You see
Where
what
does
it
it TP
does?
into?
You see what does a Skyruff does to a single target? You see? If they are stacked up, you're not gonna kill anybody.
That seemed like a very long TP. Maybe it tried to TP to a tier 2 or something, but ended up regretting that. I'm baffled by how long that TP duration was. Maybe slowly but surely starting to catch up here, though. I mean, that's Ayaskati, that's BKB, that's Manta style. 9Pandas, I mean, they certainly have been playing the last couple of minutes, even with this Aegis, very differently, haven't they? They're no longer just sending in the Timber Saw. It hasn't really worked for them in the last engagement. What's next? And are they scared of this TB should they not finish with this Aegis or the next one?
Don't think they can finish with this one. They need like to go for more pickoffs. You need to find openings, kill heroes, and then get all the remaining tier 2s. I mean, there's still a lot of objectives on the map to be taken, and this TB is... I feel like he's already a problem right now. Like with BKB, they don't really have anything to kill him.
Have you seen, by the way, what Solo is rushing and now has completed? This man is here to do one thing.
Refresher, right? Yes,
Refresh Silencer.
This guy is just saying, "Yep, people always look down on the older players, you know, but this guy is just... he's proving that he can carry the game."
Yeah.
Wait,
Man.
does he have enough mana? 900.
It's what, 300, 450?
Oh yeah, he just has enough
He
mana.
just barely, yeah. might need to carry around a couple of emergency mangoes to munch on them.
Can't ask any other spell.
Nope. You can't even, you can barely afford to use your Pavis.
Oh yeah, you can't. All he has is double global with the refresher. That's it.
He barely has enough thanks to the ceremonial robes. It's ridiculous TPs to the trees as they are going to look to try and set up for a kill now onto Ramses.
Global.
Gets off his BKB here. There's global number 1. Does he have enough for global 2? Yes, he does, but it's not going to change the outcome of that mano a mano. Instead, Solo just brought into the back wall completely by himself, slowed to a crawl and killed Malik. Looking for more victims. I think he may have just outrun himself, though, as the team trying to catch up. Big ol' zip on to 4 here. Where's the follow-up damage? It's huge. It's out from Yarrow.
The
Sunder doesn't really even change anything here, as now Taya 2000 able to turn and get the kill. Lovely stuff there. What in the world? Noob. He might even have found himself a Storm Spirit, and that's without Aegis. Quest Esports. Winter, they've done it. They've crawled themselves back into this game.
The Terrible is here to announce to everybody, I am the one true king in this game, not the Elk. Like, you saw how fast the Elk actually died to the Skadi. He couldn't regen. And he just like basically got pummeled from full to nothing by the TA 2000 Terrorblade.
Yeah, man. I think that poor that darn TB Sunder as well.
And sure,
Not
you
changing
have
the
double,
destiny.
You have double global, sure, you know, but if your Elk is hit, what can you do, you know?
And the double global as well, just not changing anything.
He's
and
dead.
Solo is just going to take another
Pavis.
death out from this.
Never mind, Pavis is not enough. I mean,
I think after that one, he owes Tiny 2 of his int.
If that's how it works, right? If you ever kill the silencer as the target that he stole intelligence from, you actually get it back.
Your int back.
And then the next time he kills you, he gets double the int.
That's too much.
That's
Too much already. Is that it, though? Is this potentially the straw that breaks the camel's back that is 9Pandas? Do they still have a shot back in this game? I mean, it seems very convincing.
They have
oh no, Omar. Bit unlucky there. I mean, not really unlucky. There's 2 trees there. He timber chained the
They
one
found
tree.
Ramses.
What's going on behind, though? Noob? This little toss back as Ramsey's searching for a target for the unstable concoction. He'll find one. He'll get stunned in return, but Kiyotaka immediately making the jump in. Safe and sound behind the solitude that the global silence provides. Down bottom, TA2000 able to make it out alive as well, as it seems like Noob will escape into the wind.
I definitely feel like this game is still possible for 9Pandas to win. Next Roshan is going to be up soon, so that's going to be a very important contest point for either teams. But you can definitely feel like the Terrorblade is just starting to feel too much in the team fight here. They can't deal with him and he's killing everybody. You have to get the right jump here. I think the perfect jump. The vacuum, the mini black hole, the budget black hole into an elk stun double global. I think maybe you win the fight. Maybe, just maybe, you know.
Got a blade active here, as we'll see what quests are looking to achieve. Kiyotaka maybe scouted here. He's got to be careful. Does himself a Gem of True Sight, so they're going to need Omar to reach him from range, and they can't quite do it. Miero, though, is just going to run into the entire enemy team. Can they take him down this time? TA2000 right on top of him now. There's a telekinesis lift. Oh, the chakram stolen. Look at the damage that make that the whirling death. Miero just runs into the enemies, and it's going to be taken down.
What was he actually thinking? I guess he didn't expect that many heroes around that area. I mean, it was a very dangerous position. So that's a rather weird thing to do. But he's going to pay for his life. And lucky for him, the Roche is not up.
Yep, not up quite yet. It'll be another minute and a half. A long Roche here. Teams don't know that. So this is equally as stressful as it is for Quest. As for 9Pandas. Quest, at least they know that Roche isn't in the pit. Ramsey's, ooh, Swift Blink, BKB, Nullifier. He's nearly 6 slotted here, Winter. Is there anyone you're going to be looking to buy Ags for? Maybe Skyrath Mages? It's always pretty decent on her.
The Skyrath Alex might actually turn the tide of the fight. But he needs to stay so far behind, you know. He can't let the timing find him in the team fights. If he doesn't die in the team fights, he can output a lot of damage with the Veil and the potential axe given by the out.
The next game-changing item is going to be for Kiyotaka as he does farm up his Scythe of Ice. For now, Quest, you know, here to take down Roche. It's going to give 9Pandas a chance to actually smoke and go their way. Quest, I mean, of course they don't know. It's 45 seconds longer, though, until they can actually take down the big guy. Until then, 9Pandas, we'll see what they want to get up to. Two global silences at the ready. It's a BKB ready to go as well for Ramses. They're going to reach here with perfect timing as Quest. They're going to take a position here in the trees, trying to break some smokes now as they do have a lane ward down. More smokes not yet breaking, but there's going to be the jump in. Global number 1. Ramsey's on top of his men, but no! The Lotus reflected the stun. It might not make a difference, though. Naive trying to fight his way through this one as his teammates fall one by one around him. Miero making very good work, but now, without the global silences to protect him, Ramsey's vulnerable and taken down by TA2000. Miero jumping on in, trying to make a difference here. But this TB's just hitting too hard. Kiyotaka lucky to make it out alive, makes the jump back on in. Where's the follow-up? There it is from the Timber. There's the damage, but look at the save out from the disruption. The meta, though, I'm sorry, make it the Sunder off the mark. Kayori did what he could, but TA2000 with the misclick, unable to really secure things there, as now as a result, Omar will fall as well. What could have been there for Quest Esports and what fell apart so quickly, Windsor.
Like, both teams were so clutch, you know. The Storm got the pull on the Terrorblade, then the disruption got the Shadow Demon got the disruption on the Terrorblade, and when he came out, the Skyrath was able to silence him right before he sundered, and then he had to Manta before he could sunder, and that just didn't give him enough time to sunder, and he just like
he sundered himself. I think he sundered an illusion or something. He used sunder. I heard it, but his HP didn't go up.
He sundered illusion, I think, most likely the illusion.
That is brutal. What a fight, though, from 9Pandas. Does not leave them in a position to take Roshan, though. No, he's already moving to his winter home. He's going up to the top lane. An 18k net worth lead now for 9Pandas.
That's actually so good that they actually were able to start the fight with the Storm pull. The Timber did a bunch of damage. The initial Alchemist stun as well with the pull. Even though the Elk, he could only fight for so long, you know, against the Terrorblade.
Another big old zip. That's the Scythe of Ice now finished for Kiyotaka. Trying to get through Malik here. Global Silence to attempt to get the kill. Malik, though, he's able to drop the wall of Replica, punching even Kiyotaka. Noob not making the jump in. Do they actually have enough for the kill here? They do!
Oh,
Kiyotaka Just
Too
biting off
cocky.
way more than he could chew.
Alright, that's a pretty big deal. 70 seconds, no buyback. So I guess that means Roshan is gonna go to Quest unless 9Pandas can somehow delay enough of the Roshan till the Storm respawns. But I'm
Who's got to
afraid,
be careful, man.
yeah, but I'm afraid they're not gonna do anything about it. They just feel like it's way too risky to do that, so they're just gonna keep farming. And that is actually such a big thing for the Terrorblade right now, that he gets the Aegis.
That's going to be then Aegis Cheese now, both online for Quest Esports. Aegis now for TA2000, gives him another opportunity to sunder a meta hero and still trying to get his way out of the second half of that fight. Never the best hero to really be carrying the Aegis, at least without a refresher. This hero always feels like, you know, these transformation heroes, right? They feel a lot less scary when they do respawn with that.
It still helps if you get jumped before you use your transformation spell. So I guess there's that.
That's a good point. This forces you within melee range of the towers, but a lot easier to do that when you've got these disruption illusions doing pretty good work.
Terrorblade illusions. The game has begun.
The game has truly begun now. 37 minutes in. Asher online for Ramses, though. Nearly into that Abyssal Blade. That might make a little bit of a difference here. As Tormentor. Okay, that's a decent one, especially as Storm approaches 25. Getting his overload attack bounces do end up making quite a big difference. Really start to do a ton of damage, especially with this Ag Scepter build on Storm Spirit. You really get scary.
Yeah, I mean, you see Kaori, he actually killed the tower.
Yeah, that's Dota 2. Reminds me when I started watching Dota. TI6, the Luna Shadow Demon.
Oh, that one was...
The Siege.
That one was, like, I guess, the worst one. It's even more cancerous than the Terrorblade SD.
Solo killed off. Easily there, but careful the jump now. It's only on another support. Support's dying all around the map. See what this really pans out into. If anything, I think it just burns time here off of the Aegis. TA2000 is currently holding on. Too careful, though. That's a bigger jump now. Malik in trouble, trying to live through this one. TA2000 actually is going to hit him with a Sunder. 3-man back wall. Where's the follow-up? TA2000 trying to fight through this one. The Lotus isn't going to protect him from the Scythe of Vice, and it seems like, will he lose his Aegis? He will. Didn't want a BKB on that first life. That triggers the buyback now. Out from the side of Coyote is fight number 2, breaking out from behind Noob, trying to shut the door on this one, but it's Ramses who's dying very quickly and taken down. The right clicks. TA2000 just doing too much work. Miero able to TP away. No disruption to cancel that TP. And it costs him a buyback from the Shadow Demon. It costs him even Aegis. But Quest Esports fighting this one back here, Winter, was just seconds ago an 18k net worth lead, now down to 12k.
Yeah, that's a very excellent use of the Aegis by TA2000. Sunder saving the Darkseer, turning the fight around. It's very well played.
Whoa.
And he's gonna find another kill here.
Oh, he's gonna try here. Okay, very good disruption save through the global silence as well. 9Pandas have got no choice but to disengage. The counter initiation just too good that time from Quest, but they're without Ramses. And in go Quest now, onto 2. Second global silence, doing what they can. Kiyotaka able to at least zip away outside of the back wall, looking to try and find anyone else he can, or at least stop his own Storm Spirit illusion from doing too much. But silence after silence here, being nullified by quick plays here. Well, from Quest Esports, doing phenomenally so far in this game.
I mean, 9Pandas is definitely feeling the heat right now. They're running out of time and options. The Storm desperately needs to get his BKB, as he definitely feels like the Elk can no longer do this alone. The Storm has to step up to the plate. Like, he's the only one that can kind of deal with the Terrorblade illusions.
And he's almost there. This BKB, this level 25, like, it'll get you there. You've already got the shard, but, you know, the issue is actually getting there. Getting your experience now. It's no easy feat.
Any wisdom runes? Okay, 2 minutes. 42. Give him the wisdom rune.
Yeah, actually, he does need the wisdom rune. Ramses is pretty close to it as well. Not really sure how much that 50 chemical rage heal is going to do for him.
The Alchemist 25 talent is a bit... I guess the movement speed is the one that's gonna be useful in some games. This game, the regeneration, not so much because of the Skadi.
Well, it's a very scared 9Pandas here, stepping very gingerly around the map as they do smoke together as
They only
four.
have one global here. He doesn't have refresher yet.
Looking for something. Taurus leading them across the river. Might be able to find something from behind here. That's a big old zip from Kiyotaka up onto the high ground, holding onto the gem, holding onto that Scythe of Vice. A jump onto the Shadow Demon would be beautiful right now. You do only have that one global for another minute. The positioning from Quest, not making things easy here for the side of 9Pandas, as their smoke will time out.
They're doing the right thing. Allow the Terrorblade Illusions to shove up the lane. You put a high ground ward, you huddle around the high ground ward. That's the textbook way to play when you know your opponent's up to something.
2.5 minutes until Roche could respawn. Means that he could spawn bottom, but it's a long Roche. He'll actually end up going top. We'll see how teams react to that information, as Quest for now look to gain a foothold of this top half of the map, now smoking across. They look to smoke into the base. At least according to that line. They might think that they're either inside the base or closer to the tier 2 towers. Careful though, 9Pandas picking up a power rune for themselves. It's a DD rune ready to go. No one go making a move either for these wisdom runes quite yet. As Quest Esports, they move into the Mighty Mines.
Or they're gonna wait for somebody to TP down and kill the hero. Whoever that's gonna TP down, watch top lane.
We'll see what they can get done here. There's a lot of illusions. Someone has to go back and deal with it. DP number 1 is the Timber Saw. That would be the most difficult one. He blinks in immediately for that. Ramses as well was lingering in the area, so they couldn't make it as easy as fast as they wanted to. 9Pandas, though, Kiyotaka and Antares just being chillin' in the triangle. Not making any moves here, and it's another minute and a half until Roche spawns in.
I mean, this is the time also you want to have the observe what 9Pandas have. Watching the runes, you know. The runes could play a huge role at the moment.
There's the DD rune. Miro looking for the TP on in. They find the Scythe of Vice. They want the Rubik, but then once again, without finding the Shadow Demon, makes things a bit more difficult. That's going to be Malik, at least with a 2-man vac wall, as Noob does take down Solo. No Global Silence 1 or 2 in this fight. Kiyotaka, though, he's out of mana, Winter. That's the last little bit he has. Drags back now. There's a normal punch, which awaits him. TA2000 now doing the damage, and Kiyotaka taking down. He doesn't have buyback.
Well, that's GG.
Winter, he doesn't have buyback. Miro, he's stuck on the low ground as well. He does have buyback should he go down, and he is. The normal punch out from Malik puts him into the dirt. What in the world has happened there?
How on earth does he not have buyback? Is he like short 90 go? Oh, he's short 90 go. Pick a bounty rune. Bounty rune. Oh, Antares is gonna see a bounty rune. Okay. The game might
there it is.
Be alive.
There it is. Okay, that's buyback. Okay, whew. Buyback out from... Who was that? That was Miro. Barracks, though, they're starting to crumble. There is a bot lane tier 2 tower available for 9Pandas. They don't have a fortify. So as long as they don't get drawn into a decisive engagement here... Uh-oh, Ramses. He wants to go for decisive engagement. No, but he's only stunned himself. The back wall now onto 2. The Storm Spirit buys back, looks to the back lines, but he's going to whiff on that one. Now the bot lane, he doesn't catch anything here on the Vortex because they're all BKB'd, and now he's out of mana. He's just dead. So is Ramses, and that's GG. Quest Esports, they've climbed one hell of a mountain here to make a comeback in game number 1 over Ramses. Sorry, over 9Pandas, not just Ramses. That's incredible.
I know what you're saying. It feels like it's a Terrorblade against Alchemist game, you know, like how the early game panned out, how the game started to turn when the Skadi is finished on the Terrorblade, and he came to a fight and he immediately killed the Alch. I think that was like by far the first turning point of the game. And the Alchemist realized, oh wait, maybe I am actually not that strong anymore.
Just kind of a crazy way for that one to go down, honestly.
I think very good performance by the Terrorblade TA2000 for sure. You know, like knowing his timings, when he should be farming, when he should be dodging, helping his team whenever they can. Understanding as well, Malik, I feel like he played really well, like in terms of like dragging the game, like holding the towers as long as possible, so his Terrorblade can actually have time to farm. And just all in all, like a very good game, you know, like by both teams, like Solo as well on his silencer with the refresher.
Yeah, brown boots refresher, not the most impactful global silences through and through. I mean, did as best as he could, but this was the double global silence reveal.
Yeah,
Miro with some questionable positioning plays as well on this timber saw. You know, not really able to make it work. I mean, overall, I don't want to undermine, however, how good of a game I think Quest played here. In particular, Noob, I think played phenomenally. I think Malik as well towards the late game, always BKB'd, always on top of the right target that he needed to be on top of. I think for them, it was harder to ask for a better game. I mean, this fight is crazy as well.
yeah, so many clutch things, all the little things you're gonna see in the fights. Like he's gonna, I think it was a disruption save after this, and then
Yeah,
the
disruption
silence.
save incoming. And then we miss the Lotus here. He tries to sunder. So look at the timber. He's gonna get a Lotus, and then
What did he
that's
sunder
what.
here? Oh, he sundered the Lotus.
Yeah, he sundered the Lotus.
Okay, it wasn't an illusion. So I got really confused here.
I also was confused. It happened so quick out of the many illusions that ended up spawning in. And then this is right after that last fight, but I wanted to highlight Noob and Malik in that last fight, just being right where they needed to be, man. What a game out from Quest Esports. They make the comeback, and they'll take victory in game number 1 here over 9Pandas. I didn't really think it would come down to that, honestly.
Yeah, it was definitely a game where it kept us at the edge of our seats. Definitely felt like both teams could have won the game. Came down to the wire. Like both teams played really well in the team fights. The spellcasting, in particular, was really, really good this game. And I think overall, just a very, very high quality game of Dota 2.
Yeah, certainly, and I can't wait for us to get underway with game number 2 of this high-octane series. It is Quest Esports who mount a comeback in game 1 versus 9Pandas. We are in the play-in group stage round robin so far, folks. Thank you for joining myself here, Seek and Strike, and Winter. We're going to be back for game number 2 in just a bit.
الحياة لحن، ولأننا جزء من مقطوعة عظيمة تحركنا، تلمسنا، تصنع من لحظاتنا ذكريات بديعة. لأن الوجبة، التجربة، المغامرة يعطيك بعد جديد في هيلتون الرياض.
All new Honor Magic 5 Pro. Freeze even fleeting emotions in just milliseconds. Take marvelous night shots with lightning-fast exposure. The display reveals more details in bright areas with an astonishingly long battery life that just keeps going. The latest flagship chipset brings you exceptional performance. Unleash the power of magic. Honor Magic 5 Pro.
stand still. If I had a say where I'd run to, where I would lay, if time bent to my will, if I could decide where I should remain, where I would hide. Sure as the sun, come rain or shine, I know where I belong. If time were to stand still, if I had a say where I'd run to, where I would lay, if time bent to my will, if I could decide where I should remain, where I would hide. If time were to stand still. Sure as the sun, come rain or shine, I know where I belong. Sure as the sun, come rain or shine, I know where I
Welcome back to the Riyadh Masters group stage play-in day number 1 here, and it's a big old busy day of Dota for all 6 of our streams, I believe.
7.
Is it 7?
Yeah,
We are on channels A through F. Let's see. It wasn't that long ago that I last got my F in college, but I'm trying to remember exactly how many. What is that? A, B, C, D, E. 6. We have 6 streams for you guys today.
I can't tell if you're digging a hole for yourself or you're just being really smart.
It's for myself, Winter. We have 6 streams on the day. You guys can make sure you check out all the wondrous Dota that we have currently going on, being played from Riyadh on Gamers8 underscore or Gamers8 GG underscore, not underscore for the mainstream, and then underscore BCD. E, and F. And that is going to be my alphabet lesson for you guys today. Winter, I think 9Pandas, they need a lesson on how to close out games because they had that one. That one seemed pretty secure for them. TA 2000, he was put down in the beginning. That Darkseer, didn't have a whole lot of relevance either. And yet, we found ourselves at a point in the game where mistakes were being made.
I disagree.
Really?
I don't think.
All right, talk to me. Talk to me.
I felt like even though they had like a huge lead, but I always feel like the Terrible could win the game. So I don't think that they necessarily like threw like a unthrowable game. It's more about like when they got to that point where the elk he was around like I think he was like 4 5k 6k ahead of the Terrorblade, like one item he was one item ahead. And during that point of time, they needed to actually use the global silence with the blink initiation, especially when they had the agonyms on the storm, to win the fight. But I felt like they jumped, they got a really good fight, but the SD just saved, like he got a save and
Right.
some good spell castings were used, Manta at the right time. Like those are the kind of things where I feel like it's very hard to control, like somebody playing that well.
10 seconds. Radiant team
I mean, sure, you could
Yeah.
say that's a troll, but I feel like it's very difficult to call that a troll because the opponents played really well. too.
Look, and I wasn't the one accusing 9Pandas of throwing. I was just saying they got to learn how to close out those games. Because for me, I agree with you. Seeing that darn, who was it? It was Omar, wasn't it? Who was on the Shadow Demon, constantly get those
No,
disruptions.
Kaori.
Thank
Yeah.
you. Time and time again, just get those disruptions off. I mean, ended up being pretty game changing there, to say the least. As Quest Esports now heading into draft number 2. This time they have first pick
First
and
pick
overall
Rubik.
elect the Rubik.
I'll
Yeah,
be
talk
back
to
to
me
the
about
point
this.
of time where first pick Rubik is a thing again. Remember back in the days where you would first pick Rubik because you didn't want to show anything.
I remember the days where you would first pick Rubik because
you had
OD
FY.
was
No,
super
you
strong.
had because you had FY on your team, so you would
Oh,
first
yeah.
pick Rubik.
Or you was gonna say you had to first pick Rubik because you didn't ban Beastmaster, and Beastmaster Ags was the most imba thing in the world. You just had to pick better Beastmaster, which was Rubik. Back to first pick. I mean, hey, it worked out for them. 9Pandas immediately dipping into reserve time here.
What do we do? This team picked Rubik plus Darkseer the last game, and it worked. Maybe we should have picked Anti-Mage.
It was banned last time, I believe.
Yeah,
This time they'll pick Darkseer. I wonder what is going on. I think that's a stolen. That's
Okay,
like
let's
that's a
see.
block pick,
No,
right? That has to be a block
Let's
pick.
see if the 18 pick right now is the Anti-Mage. Then you
18.
get the 8 pick right now is the Anti-Mage. Then you get your answer to the counter of Darkseer.
Okay. I'm looking forward to it. Rubik AM. So if you're expecting your opponents to potentially pick up an AM, what are you picking now with in mind that it's not guaranteed they're going to pick AM? So you don't want to go like Slardar here, even though he wins the lane versus AM. Something you're thinking.
Maybe
Disruptor, maybe?
Yeah, Disruptor.
Oh, okay. I was wondering whether or not Quest were going to consider a ban against the Chen in 9Pandas' first series of the Riyadh Masters versus Extreme Gaming. Chen was banned against them twice, being in 2 games, in all of their games, is what I mean to say.
And now the AM doesn't feel that great. Because if I see Darkseer and Chen, it means that the game is going to be really quick. It might be too much for my anti-mage to handle. I'm not sure about that right now. You don't really want to pick Klings here because your draft looks weird. Rubik Klings.
Rubik Klings. Well, what will they go for? They'll go with a Rubik Pangolier. So that Primal Beast already taken out of the pool. There's Bloodseeker. Before I could even get there, Winter, I wanted to sound smart. Instead, Quest Esports beat me to the punch.
Don't put yourself down here. You are smart. With all the wards, how the wards work and everything. All the small little details.
I hope so, Winter. I hope so. Thank you, my friend. Thank you. We'll see how it goes.
You know
see
what
if I
to
can-
do tomorrow? Get
What's that?
Get me a plate of my favorite food.
Okay, you got it. I'll get you some of those Thai fried bugs for you.
Huh? What? That's not my favorite food.
What is your favorite? What is it? Bakute, is it? Pan mi?
The half-boiled egg. The eggs that
No.
you don't want.
Stop it. We move on to discuss the next phase of bans where we have Faceless Void banned out. So once again, 9Pandas, I reckon they're about to throw a lot of consideration the way of TA 2000's hero pool. About this time in the last draft, they actually still elected to take out the TA and the Morphling. Do you see a reason to do either, given that Darkseer is already in the pool? Would you consider still banning a Morph for a TA here if you're 9Pandas?
Maybe a morph, but definitely not a TA. Darkseer is still a universal hero, 15% stat steal.
I got you. I got you. It's a good point. Man, that's crazy how it went from 40%
Yeah,
to 15.
it was so freaking broken before. And I can't believe like some of the players when they play Morphling, let's not buy an eggs, you know. I would like to buy Manta, Skadi, Lincolns, no eggs. I'm like, what the hell?
9Pandas, I think they're running through the scenarios. They will
do
not
you
ban the
see-
morph
Do
yet.
you see the stats? Somebody like made a stat on what does the Morphling eggs meant to the game. You know? It's like a Doom.
You mean like for effective HP?
Yeah, for
basically.
effective, like it takes away like
Yeah.
more than half of their HP. It's so
Yeah,
stupid.
yeah, because of the armor, yeah. Okay, so Storm banned out and the Ember. Again, we haven't yet really gone hard on TA2000's hero pool. Just won a game on the TB. Played really well, despite a very difficult laning stage.
I mean, that's why they have the Dark Seal. Dark Seal is the TB counter.
10 seconds remaining.
True, so you don't need to address the TB. They will take out the AM.
Yeah.
That's interesting. So just in case.
I mean, when you have Dark Seal, AM is always like a threat to you because AM is very good against Dark Seal in the lane. Yes, the magic resists to deal with your Iron Shell harass. He mana burns you, you don't like it. And you're a high intelligence hero, you know, so you have a lot of
10
mana pool
seconds
for mana
remaining.
void target.
Radiant team pick.
Some would argue that when you get
Oh, yeah.
Aghanims and Darkseer becomes the counter to the AM, you know. But I feel like
Right,
when
normal punch.
when you get the Aghanims on AM, when you get the Blink Fragment, you could still play the game against the Darkseer. You know? I feel like that part is kind of underrated about AM right now. He's like a PL in a way.
10
He's a poke and
seconds
prod
Mm.
hero, and he gets the Aghanims.
That he is. He's occasionally played as this big old mana bomb hero as well when you have a Storm or a Lesh in the pool, but you don't tend to see that too many times these days. Speaking of a hero that we've seen a fair amount, not the rarest hero, but the Spirit Breaker making yet again another appearance. What are your thoughts on this hero right now in this kind of a meta, especially as a support, which I think 9Pandas are going to play him as?
He's good against good with the Darkseer for sure. I think the hero still has a lot of like value when you're playing like a very fast-paced game. The map is a lot bigger. You have charge to connect to a lot of the smaller fights that happen in the early game. I think he works great with Chen.
Whoa.
Because Chen wants to push a lane. Like you are the anchor on the part of the map. You're a position where all your heroes come to, and the Spirit Breaker can be playing elsewhere and connecting towards that point of the map. You know, so
10
I like
seconds
Spirit Breaker
remaining.
and Chen, and this Oracle is obviously very good.
That's a pick. Yeah, now that's
this
a pick.
counters the SB and the Darkseer because you get to
And
purge
the
everything.
Darkseer, yeah.
You get to
Yep.
purge. The Bulldoze is a big deal, and then the Iron Shell, the Surge.
It can be situationally very good versus Chen, I would say, because you've got pretty good attack range. Your Fortune's End super annoying for units that clump up when you just are lazy and don't really micro your units. And some of those neutral creeps don't have really good magic resist, right? Some of them have really good magic resist. And for an Oracle, you know, some would say it doesn't really feel that great to be spamming, you know, your Purifying Flames on neutrals. But I would say to those people, it doesn't really feel that great to get your ass beat by neutrals either. So, you know, you got to pick one. And I like that quest op for this. Very, very hard counter to the Darkseer. Super obnoxious. We'll see how it's actually going to be used, especially because we haven't yet seen the safe laner from Quest. It's an Amara hero, but it is going to instead be from probably Malik. What do you think? Is this Pango, Mars? Is this a 2-3 flex for you in your eyes?
I prefer Mars as an offlaner. I don't like Pango as an offlaner more. I feel like Pango, you want him to get more levels quickly, farm faster, you get the runes, then you just make so much problems for your enemy when you get the diffuser early. So I would want Pango there to be higher tier in terms of XP and gold. So I would put Pango on the mid lane. And they already banned out Birdseeker, Ember Spirit, and Storm. Those are the three heroes that can give him problems in the game, in the lane and in the game. And so now they're picking the TA. He is very good against Mars in the lane. It's also very good against Pango in the lane. So I wonder if it's gonna be like a
mid,
flex
maybe?
pick. Yeah, mid. It's good against both heroes in the lane.
Yeah,
And
I
you-
think you're not too upset by either way, either matchup, right?
Yeah, and you're very strong with the Chen timing. Because the Chen wants to play when he gets mech and ideally maybe a Solar Crest.
Right.
So the Spirit Breaker would be buying I think you buy Bongo Boots this game. So basically you're gonna have mech, you're gonna have Solar Crest, you're gonna have Bongo Boots. And the Darkseer will buy Greaves. And
You
Pipe
can
maybe.
get right on top of this Oracle or Rubik,
Yeah, and-
basically, with the Spirit Breaker vision, blow
Yeah.
him up.
And TA is amazing with this kind of timing. You get the rush early, you abuse, you group together, you push. Your traps are amazing. against Oracle with the silence when you get the shot. I feel like this is a very scary draft for 9Pandas.
Radiant
And talk about Darkseer combos with Solo. You know, he used to be the team Darkseer Disruptor. Now we have the Darkseer Spirit Breaker, the vacuum into the charge.
Vacuum in a charge. You got yourself
Centaur.
vacuum into
Centaur
TA spill. Oh yeah, there it is. That's the one.
10 seconds remaining.
All right, last couple of bans. Once again, both teams opting to last pick what seems to be right now their safe laners. At least lots of safe laners being banned out in this last phase. Even that Lifestealer getting a ban.
Yeah, I kind of still like Lina for 9Pandas.
Our team banned.
Even into a Mars, really?
I think their heroes like burst damage, you know, and Lina can play with
Right.
the Spirit Breaker in the early game. I just feel like
Really?
the hero is kind of good right now, and you
I
can
feel
win
like
the
their
lane.
burst is... In which scenarios are you concerned about the burst when you have a TA?
10 seconds remaining.
I think it's more about like the early game because it gives your Spirit Breaker
Okay.
purpose in the early game. Because when you play support Spirit Breaker, right, you want to be able to rotate to the lanes to kill, and especially the mid lane, right? If your mid laner doesn't have any kill threat, like let's say you have a DK mid, you know, and then you're a Spirit Breaker, you don't feel very good about the game because you don't feel like you can do a lot. If you get what I mean. Because if you charge mid, right, the DK doesn't really help you kill the other hero.
Our team pick.
What'll it be here? Last pick for Quest. TA2000 breaks out the PL after I giggled there midpoint of analysis winter. Not because I was laughing at you, but 9Pandas, their last ban is the Morphling.
fun at me, making fun at me as usual.
And it is going to be the DK. All right, there it is. You were concerned about this DK hero. You had spun up a hypothetical winter. It's time to put your money where your mouth is.
Now this is a carry DK, so a totally different.
Oh
thing.
yeah, different
The
story.
carry DK against the Phantom Lancer. You get the axe, you can clear the illusions. And it's very good against Mars in the lane. I guess you can sit in the lane. The Mars doesn't have any kill threat to you. You have high armor, so the rebuild doesn't really push you out of the lane too much. You don't really care because you're DK, and so it gives you a lot of room for the support to run around and pressure. And that's what Solo wants to do, right? It's one thing I realized about 9Pandas. They like to draft the carry heroes that can sit alone. You know, they don't really need too much. Solo, 3 minutes, 50 seconds, Twin Gate. 4 minutes, Twin Gate, he's coming again, he's ganking the other carry, you know.
That's true. Especially with the Chen, just sending your creeps on through, having that global impact as well. It's an exciting game. This offlane duo, Darkseer Chen, Darkseer Spirit Breaker, into the Oracle. So that is Oracle's problem, is like, he's good into these lanes that are a little bit aggressive, but I do think he tends to suffer when the lanes are like full tilt aggression because he doesn't really have any way to disengage. Does that make sense?
I know what you mean. I've been there. And on top of that, the Oracle looks really good to counter the Darkseer Spirit Breaker, the Dispel, but they don't really have like a good hero to pair with the Oracle False Promise, you know. Like normally you see Oracle plus Death Prophet, Oracle plus Terrorblade, you save, then you get the Sunder, or Oracle Huskar, and there's not one hero in their team that does that, you know. I'm sure you can use your False Promise on a tanky hero like Mars, or like a Pango when he has Shield Crash, but it has a different effect compared to like a Terrorblade DP. And usually when I play Oracle, I really want my team to be on those heroes that can abuse my False Promise.
Well, I'm eager to see. I mean, it is a bit of a weird one for sure, but I don't know. I think it's really just meant to be a big annoyance here, even for this DK. You know, the new, quote unquote new, the buffed Fates Edict is how I should really call it. Ends up becoming really strong against these heroes that do transform into ranged, right? Because they don't have a really easy way to dispel themselves usually. Kiyotaka probably only going to build a BKB, maybe third or fourth or hell even fifth item on the to carry. Sorry, make that mid lane TA. Ramses will have a Manta style, so he'll have a couple of dispels at his disposal at some stage.
30 seconds
But
to battle.
I don't know, man. Oracle I think there's a new play style for this Oracle where you're just as annoying as possible with this Fates Edict. We'll see. I'm eager to see if we get any of that action here today.
Yeah, so in the team fights, your main job is to actually disarm the TA and the Dragon Knight. I mean, I could see that working really well this game, actually.
You can also dodge a little bit of magic damage, right? At least a bit. using the edict. So I think it's pretty decent. We're going to go 2 apiece as Ramses is going to be able to have a well-timed stun. Careful, though. Omar closing the door from above him is going to force Ramses to take the scenic path.
Right, poor Ramses has to get his tangles right now. And this actually can be quite annoying for him, like when it comes to the lane, you know, all this little damage that you do before the wave meets actually could sometimes just win you the lane. Because the other core hero is just too low that he can't really last hit in the wave and he has to regen. Like you look at top right now, what's happening, the DK is coming to the lane half HP, you know. So one more nuke is gonna feel like it's very hard for him to last hit in the lane. And he has stun at level 1 instead of the Dragon Blood.
And solo opting, by the way, for this level 1 penitence will lose his courier. Is actually using its trade against the Rubik fairly effectively. I was going to say, you used to really struggle against a Rubik, considering how good his stats are, Fade Bolt, but Universal Hero, man, just makes the difference, picks up a circle. He's got a total of plus 5 stats.
6 stats.
Not bad. Yeah. Oh, but that's both couriers killed already by Omar. He's on a courier killing spree already.
Yeah, lucky for Ramses, he got his tangle. If he didn't get his tangle...
Ooh, it's okay, Noob. Barely staying alive.
Yeah, this is a hard lane for the Pangolier against TA. Always get harassed by the side blade. You're just trying to play to equalize the lane and control runes. Very hard.
Doing a pretty good job so far. He struggles to really get in there for an auto attack. As Kiyotaka dominating so far early on. 8-2. Noob still doing a good job of getting his hands on creeps, though, as he will equalize and pick up his own bottle. So he's staying in it, despite how difficult the lane
you're
is.
gonna run out of regen, you know. Like if you don't use your HP efficiently.
Winter.
Yep.
Look at this bottom lane, by the way. Miro, not a single point in Iron Shell. He's actually gone vacuum. Dispel that, Oracle. You dumb man.
The struggle is real to find an adjective to describe Oracle.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much.
Okay, he's denying creeps with the
oh, yeah, that's always a cheeky move as well. That's how you know someone's a filthy, nerdy Oracle player, when you go for moves like that. Problem with when you don't have Iron Shell on Darkseer is that your vacuum cooldown is literally a minute at level 1. There he is. He's finally got his point in Iron Shell, and that's the reason why he didn't do it any earlier.
I mean,
it's immediately dispelled. New mid lane, and once again nearly going down. Is out of bottle sip, so things might start to look a little bit more lopsided in the mid lane for the next couple of waves.
Yeah, he needs to pick up bounty runes. If he doesn't die here, oh, he almost died.
Oh, he's okay. Level 4. We'll see what he can get his hands on. Does not have Swashbuckle, by the way. Needs to just, I think he just needs to tank it and go pick up a bounty. I don't think he's got much else of a move to be had. Gonna lose out on a range creep, but oh no, he won't. He'll go ahead and pick that up.
He even skills 1 point in the lucky shot. Oh, I've seen this before, you know. In Bali, who was it? I think it was Kiyotaka. He played Pango. I can't remember the matchup, and he went 4-1-4, and he couldn't farm after that.
Ooh, lucky shot. Not finding anything there. Is holding on to the Swashbuckle still, but yeah, there's those denies that are doing a lot of work
to get the
against
flag barrier creep.
Really, cutting it close. He's going to be able to at least evade death here, but that was a scary moment for him. And down bottom instead, it is going to be first blood against Kaori as Antares. Eventually, they're able to overwhelm him with the Iron Shell level 2 here and pick up the kill.
Middle tower is under attack.
There you go. Counter that, Oracle.
Top lane, they're also getting a little bit of skirmish heavy as Solo is going to get a little bit too close to Malik. He will fall. 2 points here, though, in Dragon's Blood already for Ramsey, so the kill here is going to be rather difficult between Malik and Omar. Even at his low HP. Antares, though, immediately takes a death upon Kaori's return to the lane. That's some serious damage here on the Purifying Flames Fortune's End combo. It's significant. Almost 300.
Yep, but on the other hand, TA 2000 he's farming really well on the Phantom Lancer, not really getting pressured too much. 22 and 6 at the moment. That's a very, very good sign if you're a fast fan.
He's doing well so
Noob is
far.
the only one that you you're gonna be concerned, you know, like how fat the TA is gonna be become, you know, because the TA is definitely gonna be really big this game, and
Yeah.
it's gonna come down to how the Penguin's gonna rotate to try to counterbalance it, because the TA
And it's
doesn't
been
rotate as well.
It's been so much about this lucky shot as well in this lane, which again just isn't consistent. Charge is coming from the bottom lane. Coyote is going to see him coming and land the root to ensure the stun does not connect.
Yep,
But
nicely
6-minute
done.
rune upcoming. This is going to be a big moment here.
Are they gonna try to kill the? Oh, the TA is low.
Oh,
Supports
they
are
might
in.
just get her as well. In they go. Blood grenade thrown down. Kiyotaka turning in, fighting, and nearly had the kill, but the
Ooh.
telekinesis last second leaves Noob on just less than 50 HP. Sees a nice heal as well, courtesy of Kaori, even a Tango. Mid is going to be rune secured, but down bottom, trouble is brewing here for TA 2000. As Miero, no, instead tanking the tower will go down. Kaori with a nice rotation. Omar as well, looking for the blocks onto Antares, but with that Iron Shell apply, doesn't really want to be there for too long. 10 seconds now until runes spawn in. Noob at half HP, ought to be able to secure this, no problem.
Man, this
Arch
supports-
is incoming though. Hold on. Gambling for the top rune. It will spawn there, and it's a regen into the bottle of Noob. What a move for him.
Radiant's middle tower
And this is the
Wait.
best rune that he could arguably hope for right now. at
Yeah, he
6 minutes.
did lose his Orb of Corrosion, though. As now Noob, yeah, is just going to be killed off. Antares and Kiyotaka, they persist. They knew, in fact, that both supports had TP'd bottom. Malik is in no position to try and help out either.
Oh,
Malik, who, by the way, might not be able to secure his 7-minute rune.
Yep, wisdom runes in 30 seconds. And we see Antares is behind Malik.
Oh, really nicely timed Gods of Rebuke. Will it make a difference, though, as they are hitting him here through the Perseverance, through the Bracer, and a nice bash out from Antares to secure the kill. Careful here, though, Kaori. He's being sneaky, Winter. He's already on the opposite side of the map.
Yep, and Solo is on the other side of the map with Antares. One apiece. That's what we want
Seems
to
that
see.
way.
Oh,
Hold on. Niero, we'll see. Vacuum comes out. It's still Kaori. He reaches him in time, though. Nice job there on that Fortune's End. As Kaori is going to take a bit of a beating here on the way on out. He's going to be fine, though.
I mean, this is
gonna be-
just very, very high quality Dota. You know, all the small little things. This is what makes me want to wake up and watch some Dota, you know.
The good old nerdy plays, huh?
Yeah, as much as I like to complain about how the wizard runes are snowballing.
Oh,
but
mid. Nope. He's going to be taken down. Charge in from Antares into the meld strike, into the trap slow. No way out of that one for him.
yeah, I mean, this tier is just balling out of control. This is why we see them pick the tier as a response to a counter matchup against the Pango in the mid lane. And we see GG do it during Bali, and it proved to be a very, very good solution against the Pango.
Radiant's middle tower is under
Like
attack.
Kiyotaka is actually so damn fat. He is actually gonna rush the blink so that he can fight with his team more. That is
In lane.
definitely interesting.
Second rune spawns in Winter. We've had a regen and now haste. So this is definitely an action rune.
Oh, top lane.
I suspect we'll see some action top. Charge on its way over from Malik. He's got the Arena of Blood. Gets off the God's Rebuke in time. It has Spear in a second, but might not be ready to fight in a 4. Omar certainly isn't. He's going to just throw himself in the way. This Malik is going to be able to get off the Arena of Blood. Oh, isolates himself, and there's no
Hot
way
Cham.
for anyone else to reach him. What a zoning arena. A thing of beauty right there. That's some good old Roman infrastructure for sure.
PogChamp, that is a PogChamp play right there. And we see Antares charging back mid. Standing in
The
the tower.
disarm. A lucky shot, man. No, but that he's going to have to rely on the strength of Lucky Shot and Orb of Corrosion until he farms up the money for the defusal. Still needs a little bit more time for that.
Good grenade, breaking refraction. Oh, here comes the whole team.
Yeah, mid lane, Rolling Thunder as well.
Oh,
That's a
nice.
Meteor Hammer being channeled up, which will
Double
connect,
stun.
and the kill onto 2. In fact, make it even 3 as Antares cut down. A beautiful Rolling Thunder allows Noob to easily escape, as there is no point in
There's
Wall of
9
Replica, so
heroes
don't
in the
have
mid
enough
lane.
follow-up here. Solo bringing in the boys here. Beautiful Centaur stomp there, but Noob, he's got 60% shield crash damage reduction right now. Fears nothing as he counter-initiates for the kill onto Miero. At the end of the day, it's Quest with more members left standing, and TA2000 calmly farming in the bottom lane.
9 freaking heroes at 9 minutes in the tier 1 middle tower. What on earth is this? Ramses is actually trying to get a Radiance this game, not rushing a Manta X. I guess that's also a really good option against the Illusions. And it allows you to farm a lot faster. Because normally if you go for the Manta X build, you go like a Midas first, and then sometimes you see a Blink. So you don't farm as quickly. With the Radiance Rush, you actually farm a lot faster. I say Radiance Rush, but he actually has a Falcon Blade. Because you need an item to give you mana.
Right. You need something to hold you over. You just can't go naked Radiance.
Yeah, back in the day, you would just buy Soul Ring, but right now, because Falcon Blade gives you mana regen, gives you HP and damage, so Falcon Blade is the better item.
Careful here. There's a Diffusal Blade on the PL. He was smoked up looking for a kill. It's only going to be able to steal a stack. Nothing too great. At mid lane, though, where Kiyotaka is going to be caught by the charge. Solo with the kill on the Kaori first. Noob's in pretty deep here. Being able to use that Rolling Thunder. It seems like TA2000 wants to try and fight this. Nice dodge there, utilizing the Doppelganger to at least avoid the stun. They're covering here for the wagon, but the wagon's actually aggroed onto the other wagon, and Noob not safe this time, but even still a really good arena of blood. Careful, though, because they are continuing to fight. This time there's a wall of replica, and the damage is immense out from the side of 9Pandas. They are pushing Quest back onto their own side of the river, and they pick up 3 kills, make it 4 even, as they even picked off the Oracle at the start of that engagement. Beautiful hold on the tier 1 tower.
Yeah, the PL totally underestimated the Iron Shell damage, you know. Just like Iron Shell on the hero, Iron Shell on the Illusions. And you don't have a pipe this early on. You have an offlane Mars, so he has a Meteor into late Blink. So nobody has the team items. So the Dark Sail Iron Shell is actually doing a lot of damage in the fights right now. They have to be more careful about it.
And we're going for the team damage. I mean, and this time a great counter initiation as Quest. They do chill off a bit too much there. Nice dodges, using some pretty good high skill moves, but eventually punished as they just couldn't really keep up with that fancy footwork they started themselves off with. Nero as well, starting to have a really good impact now that he does have his point and wall of replica. But it's still Quest who move with a good degree of confidence here, Winter, as they might look to invade the triangle here. They have Soul and a max Ion Shell. This is a very obnoxious Rubik right now.
Right, this is actually huge for the Pango.
As they may look for a kill. Look at the damage. The stolen Ion Shell secures the kill there. Ramses. He's going to up the Elder Dragon form. He does have Miro nearby with a vacuum. No wall for 15 more seconds, however. Will use the vacuum immediately as Rubik is kind of kiting around the Templar Assassin towards the tail end of this fight. Kiyotaka trying to find his man is struggling here, but Omar looking for the TP play out. This hasted Ramses unable to catch up in time with that surge. And it's going to be Quest Esports who... they just keep doing these kind of really annoying, kind of like raiding tactics, don't they? They go in, they steal a stack, they find a kill, everyone makes it out alive.
Yeah.
So much space.
Poking out. Like, they know when they have to back, they know the limits, and like the good thing about doing that is they are trying to fish out a lot of like over rotation from their opponents, and their opponents always feel like there's too much pressure, you know. And Noob once again with the rune. So the next rune is the Invis rune. He's gonna scout out Kiyotaka. He's gonna wait for the supports to come in.
They should have seen this Invis pop though. See what they can get going. There is now a charge coming on in. Noob looking to try and to continue this fight. No more refraction for 7 more seconds, but they're also out of damage. Miro this time. Back wall.
Nice.
It's a big one onto 3, as well as Spirit Breaker charge. And another beautiful zoning wall from Malik, but it's not going to stop Kiyotaka from jumping in with the Blink Dagger to secure the kill. Only onto Kaori. Noob has been fully healed, but doesn't really have any more spells to fight this with. Speaking of heals, Solo will drop one of his own. That's only going to embolden 9Pandas as they set off in pursuit here of Noob still and Malik. That's going to be a charge into the Middle Strike now. Noob is falling fast. Another great God's Rebuke out from the side of Malik, but Noob still continuing to fall. Will be able to survive this one. Kiyotaka with another blink in 5 seconds, really giving it some thought here as the Zodi Meteor Hammer canceled. Look how far they're going, Winter. Eventually forced to stop as they run into a tier 2 tower.
I mean, can't imagine this early on. We're seeing too many nice vacuum into charge already. I mean, if this is happening at 40 minutes, 30 minutes, can't wait to see more in the mid-game team fights when you have max levels in the vacuum. And a Spirit Breaker. The dream is a Spirit Breaker charging in with Surge. Max move speed. Dashing everybody.
For like 1,000 damage, well, not 1,000, but like 300 damage on his bashes.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's the good stuff.
20 talent, the move speed with the Aghanim's. Oh, that's the dream, man. That's the dream. Right there. And right now for Ramses, the dream is to finish the Radiance as soon as possible.
He's getting there. Just needs now the his good old, what's that thing called? Talisman of Evasion.
Good old talisman.
Good old talisman.
And take a hard look at that awkward bracelet. It's 10%. I have never lied to you ever in my life.
Never mind.
Yeah, I can't believe you actually thought I was lying to you and you went
I
and
thought it was
checked.
like 7. I didn't think it was 10. 10 is insane for level 1.
Yeah.
Level
No
1 neutral.
shit.
Omar, he's in some trouble. No vacuum wall. Stolen vacuum. He's got to die. And he will. He will.
Yep, so now we see the mech on the Darkseer, the Solar Crest on the Chen, and we don't see a jumps unfortunately on the SB, so it's probably gonna fall on the Chen to get it as well.
Seems like it. Yeah, go for the Bongo Boots. Instead, the Spirit Breaker going for the Shadow Blade. So just immediately looking to be able to scale into another core. Careful top lane, though, Kiyotaka. No way. Meteor Hammer. Meteor Hammer. It's going to connect, but, of course, the stun duration heavily nerfed, and they didn't cancel the Blink Dagger thanks to the refraction charges that persist. Nice try there.
And our good friend, the PL, is getting an Aghanim right away after the
Our
defusal.
good friend.
Yeah,
No
it's-
Manta, even.
Yeah, he feels like he needs to be able to fight as soon as possible. The game is not going too well for them. I think he has the right read. Like, he wouldn't have enough time to farm. If he gets a Manta first, it will mean that his Aghanim is going to be severely slowed in a game like this. I mean, Manta is just like the normal thing you do because it helps you farm.
Miero trying to get through the gate, realizes he wasn't going to be able to channel that fast enough. Now he finds his little spear to the wall. How did I get here, you might ask? Miero's terrible, no good, what is it, Wednesday? Wait, Solo's trying to Roche, by the way, and he is. Kiyotaka's here. No Deso still, but
Was he like doing it
should still have it
alone?
with the Meld Strikes, I think.
Was he like doing it alone?
I mean, look at the rally skeletons. They're kicking some major ass right now.
Damn it. Does so much damage actually.
Huh?
Into the dark.
That was kind of crazy.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
That has to be like one of the favorite things I've seen recently. Skeletons killing the Roche quickly.
Oh, yeah. The rally, what, they're +2 each. This is the nerfed version of Skellies as well.
Yeah,
Oh, he's got 2 Hill Troll Summoners. That's why he has so many Skellies. Yeah, these things are crazy. I mean, they're tripling their damage now. Look at this
Yeah.
tower. This is going to be disgusting. Wes, yeah, Naive's got to get in here and freaking kill some skeletons, actually. Look at this tower. This wagon was hitting for nearly a DD rune because of all these Skellies. That's dangerous, man. It'll go down.
Dire's bottom tower
But, you know, a bit of chip damage dealt is never something you're going to be too sad about if you're a Chen.
Yep, time for the tier to push down towers right now.
Remember back in the day, didn't you used to be able to use penitence on towers? Am I going crazy?
You are definitely crazy.
I remember you,
Which
there
patch
was
was that?
something.
There's a fight
hold
right
on,
now.
hold on,
Antares?
Antares. Trying to get out of his own wall replica. Will be able to make it out alive as Malik back wall is not going to interrupt him. The spear, though, did not catch Miero. He is still channeling that Meteor Hammer, which will connect. Kiari, though, is going to be finished off before he can get off a False Promise. And Noob bouncing around finds the perfect pinball zone. That'll condemn Ramses. Malik as well, killed off by Miero. But the PL Illusion starting to kick some major butt here, Winter. TA2000 chasing now after Kiyotaka, who does get a little bit more mana, courtesy of the Arcane Boots. But 3 dead for the side of 9Pandas, even with the Aegis. I don't want to fight this anymore.
I mean, this is the axe coming into play from the Phantom Lancer. I think if he had a Manta, this fight is different. Like, he would have not done so much damage. I mean, this guy is just so good, you know. He knows what items to buy in a different situation, and every time I feel like he makes a decision, it's always, you know, the correct decision. I would always question, is it right to actually buy this item this game? And then I see the next fight, okay, he's right, you know.
That pays off immediately.
I'm just a pleb, you know.
He's got the game sense, the game theory, and you know, the mechanics to really back it off. He's the perfect specimen. Careful, though. Noob in trouble. It's Kiyotaka in pursuit here. Blink Dagger in 4 seconds. Malik here to protect his boy, as is Kaori. No, the invis. Oh, but that's magic damage, and they blocked so much of it. And now Kiyotaka, he's in for a bit of trouble here, Winter. No mana, unable to get off the refraction here. Actually, he does just be able to manage to get off the refraction. Allows him to at least take down Kaori. He's going to have to respawn here. There's an Arena of Blood in 5 more seconds. Spear does catch him, but doesn't actually stun him. And in trouble now is going to be TA2000 as he's been located. The real PL in some trouble. Oh, but in the nick of time, the Arena of Blood, TA2000 saved for now, but he runs through the wall of replica, dies eventually to the charge of Antares. as this fight, at the very least, has allowed Quest Esports to equalize and take down the TA. But Ramsey's showing up with now his Radiance in tow, breathes even more fire here to take down Omar. Does not have a stun to cancel the TP, however, of the Mars. And 9Pandas are going to have to settle for a 2 for 1.5 trade. I don't know. What do you count? What do you count Aegis as?
Half. 0.5.
Dude. He's okay here, right?
Is under attack.
He has Arcane Boots in 3.
Oh, he's actually going to try and turn and fight this. Look at this. Malik, yeah, doesn't even need to be there. Tara is biting off a little bit too much than he could chew.
I mean, he got fed like a mango, right? Or a lotus. Must have been a lotus.
Right, because they make the same noise.
We need a petition to make lotus a different sound effect, so people don't
I agree. Just reverse the sound. Play it backwards.
play it backwards.
We just gotta know.
How about an entirely new sound effect? Like a different one, you know?
Nah, it's too much work. Okay, and they go though. Omar, he's being charged. They have vision of him, and my goodness, the creeps. Yep, they're coming to kick his ass. They once again have stolen Iron Shell, but Omar is not going to make it out alive to cast anything. Oh no! And they've caught Kaori's. They've caught his kobolds. Watch out, little kobold! Get out of there, little guy.
Did that actually save him? Because he had a kobold, so the charge didn't go on the hero, and he went
I
on
guess it did actually. Hold on. Real PL is going to be able to make it out alive, although he's still stuck on the high ground effect. All the illusions are. He's right in between 4 heroes. Winter does receive a false promise. We'll see if we can actually make it out of this one alive. Another doppelganger. This time he makes it to the low ground, but Noob, he's gone in. TA2000 does live. He's receiving plenty more heals here, but I don't think they can realistically have another stab at this fight. They're going to have to let it go.
Yeah, look at the Tormentor.
My thrift rewarded.
This is why TA is so good. Get to solo the Tormentor. Like, how many other heroes can do that? Techies?
Not too many. Oh, yeah, Techies can. That's right. The Solos picked it up. This is now... Is it Ancients? Yeah, it's
Radiant's
Ancients.
bottom tower is under attack.
And this Penitence build with the talent is actually so good.
That doesn't seem too bad.
This is actually really strong.
Especially when you buff it up even more with the Solar Crest.
You know, back
got your
when,
boys
when
out there
changed,
punching.
When they changed Glimpse and when they added damage to Glimpse and the hero became good.
That's right, yep. That's right. But this has been a talent for a while. I just don't think anyone's ever really gone too crazy in it. I mean, this -2 Holy Persuasion teleport delay is also kind of insane, but realistically, you don't really see it used all that much.
I feel like playing with the Penitence and the Auras are actually much stronger right now. Because Chen's problem is like he can't really kill people, right? He needs help. But with this build, if you see a support, you are killing the support. If
You're
see
running in.
Yeah, if you see a core, maybe if it's like a squishy core, you can maybe even kill him with the Penitence build and the Solar Crest.
I mean, honestly, now that you pointed out, Penitence is kind of a crazy ability.
Yeah,
8-second,
it's a little
36%
bit
move speed slow that buffs attack speed from any target by 80?
I mean, it's a little
What
bit
in the
like
world?
Klings, you know, like when Klings sees a hero, he generally has a lot of potential of killing the hero. So he gets to do a lot of things alone. And Chen's problem was always that he needs his team around him. But right now with this build, I feel like you run into enemy heroes you can kill and then you can create map pressure alone, you know. You don't need somebody to follow you or around all the time.
Yeah, I got you. You just go with you and your boys and your hunting squad.
Yep. And by doing that, you're actually creating so much pressure on the map. Because you're shuffling waves, you're killing heroes.
And you farm a ton right now with the change to Holy
The
Persuasion.
farm-
Now you just get the bonus
farming,
money.
The farming part is actually the Craigasm part. You get the gold.
Get the money.
And you get the money and
Nothing.
you are a freaking universal hero.
Nothing can stop you except for Echo Slimes.
Just don't get creeps. You think the Earthshaker can solo a level 25, a level 30 Chen late game?
Oh, what was the game? Did you see that? What was
Yeah,
that 2
the
hour
one-
long game at
400
Riyadh? 2.5
damage.
almost.
Freaking
Celery building a Swiftling and having all those items. Hold on. We can't eat the member berries because I said Navi. Instead, it's Quest looking for a fight here. Joking up. They'll head into the triangle where the scans already told them no one's home. Mid lane Noob thinking he sees someone on over into the trees, but
they're gonna see
indeed,
solo.
instead
Solo's
they're
the
going to be
true
heading
carry.
back down bottom where they do see themselves a Miero. Malik waiting, ready to let go now on that little old Spear of Mars. Noob rolling on through, will secure the kill. They're looking for more now. Looking for more, but a cheeky little smoke on out from Solos does see him at least relatively safe out from this fight.
That's how you know Solo is the one true boss of this team. When the carry is caught, okay, bye. I'm smoking myself out. My life is more important.
Myself and the army out, and there he goes.
Dude, he's actually so fat. Like, no kidding. Like, he has a pipe.
Yeah, he's almost as farm as Malik.
Top tower is under attack.
Basically is.
And he has a purple skiff that gives him damage.
All right, Kaori killed off by Kiyotake. This could be Quest overextending slightly as Noob now blinking away. K2000, he's going in though, and he's got plenty of illusions now on his man. Kiyotaka, oh, just nearly dead, but is able to at least TP away in time. But Solo will not be as lucky. He is going to be finished off there as the illusions eventually close the door. Miro has now respawned, looking for the back wall to try and turn this fight around. Only connects it onto a couple of heroes, but they're immediately outside of it now. As returning to the fight here is going to be the Templar Assassin. She's trying to try and do what she can here. TA2000, though, has his man, and that's Antares. Down he goes with Omar collecting the kill. Ramses no longer has Elder Dragon form, so 9Pandas will be forced to retreat. The fight just becoming too difficult for them here. There's an arena in 3 more seconds, and they've just caught the TA. This is going to be trouble now. What a Spear of Mars, and what a kill for Naive. He's even caught Miero. Second time. Remember this, my friend. Meteor Hammer connects. TA2000 collects another kill with Ramses now being located and caught. He's forced to BKB, trying to TP his way out of here, and he's got enough armor to make it out alive. But a scary moment here for 9Pandas as they will lose 4 heroes.
How is he doing this, Ricky? This TA2000 guy. He always has like ways, you know, like you look at the game, you feel like, oh my god, they're behind. How are they gonna, play the game? And then he just finds a moment where he comes to a fight at the right time, he focuses the right hero, and then even though they're like 10k behind, they turn the fight around.
Dude, Malik's playing out of his mind as well. Let's not just be all carry pilled here. Noob's playing a phenomenal game. They're all doing amazing.
I mean, TA2000 is like okay, call me a fanboy or whatever.
Fanboy. Or whatever.
Right. But yeah, he's just like so good with his like decision making in the team fights. Like of
course,
a
very fast Roche as well.
I mean, of course, Noob and Malik, they're setting up nicely with the arena and the road. But at the end of the day, you're gonna need your carry to finish everything you started.
I think for me, what I'm most impressed by is how smoothly Malik has stepped into this team. They look absolutely incredible. Careful about bottom, by the way.
Like they have a
Noop rolling on in. The blink away, but they have his number. TA has an acceptor. She's going to try and TP away from this one, but the pinball, it's perfect on this side of the map. She did get off at least refraction, but she's ticking on down. They've stunned her another time and just stunned to death. You're not allowed to play Dota there. Winter, she was stunned for like literally 10 seconds straight. That has to be infuriating. And to add insult to injury, that all too familiar jingle, Roshan has gone down. TA2000 now with an Aegis and cheese in his inventory. You best believe that Quest is going to be pushing up your high ground mighty soon.
Yeah, I mean, you've also got to wonder what the TA is doing, without a BKB. He went the Aghanims build so he can actually farm around the map, like. But is that the right decision, Like, I'm not entirely sure. Because the DK is the one, I feel like the DK is going to be the one, he's going to be taking up a lot more space than farm. And do you actually need, like, the Axe to run around and farm even more? Like, I'm not really sure.
I mean, you have a lot of global push, right? Antares has got his Ags, you've got now the TA
you have
got her Ags.
You have Darkseer and a Radiance on DK, and I feel like that should already be more than enough to take up everything.
I mean, he's been struggling for sure. He's got Blink Dagger, this BKB, got Enchanted Quiver, which is really nice when he's in ranged form, but it's starting to not be enough here. I mean, this PL continues to scale. It's got Butterfly into the heart next.
They need to wait for the Axe on the Dragonite. They need Axe on Dragonite, and Crimson Guard will also be nice on the Chen. Those are items
BKB on TA perhaps as well. I mean, you just can't afford to get stunned for 10 seconds like that.
He's not buying it. Like, he doesn't want to buy it. Well, I guess we're not
the TAs never want to buy BKBs.
Radiant's middle tower is under
You know what they say about TA players? They always like to live life on the edge.
They like to live dangerously, these puck players, these TA players, and now 9Pandas smoking up now. I'm going to try and back onto their side of the map. Miero's going to have to kick things off here. The TPs are now back and incoming as they have found TA2000, but they cannot get anything else. Miero, in fact, the counter initiates is that much better as Miero finished off, pinned against the walls, and killed off. Look who they've caught as well. It's Ramses. They're going to be pushing him, killing him one by one. Ooh, he's going to be able to make it back up to the high ground, but just barely. There's no buyback either on this Darkseer. They're fighting through the wall of Replica. Straight in they go into the breach as Quest will be able to take down 2 without buyback.
I mean, this is unbelievable. Like how they are playing from like more than 10k deficit, taking the fights, winning the fights, and slowly making progress on the map. It's just a beautiful sight to watch, you know.
And they just know they're stronger as well. They say, screw that net worth. We don't care anything about that. Go ahead and push our bottom lane, Kiyotaka. Ding dong, your top lane of barracks are gone.
Yeah, they click on the TA grade, Kiyotaka. You don't want to buy a BKB, you're never gonna show up in the fights. Like there's just no way that he actually right clicks people in the fights because of the Pango and the Mars, you know, like without a BKB. So I'm not entirely sure what is he meant to do.
Ooh, TA2000. He doesn't have a stun. No basher. Not on him yet. That was a close one for Ramses.
Now he has a butterfly. He's gonna build a hard next. How are you gonna kill the PR? Like the only weapon that you have is the Radiance and the Axe, you know. They badly need the Agony on the Dragon Knight. I don't think he's anywhere near it. He only has the point booster, right? What's he have?
For the Acceptor on the DK, yeah, he only has point booster. He's about halfway there, really, but you know, that leaves his buyback in a very precarious situation. He doesn't have it now, by the way, but they are on a good start onto the Rubik. The backliners immediately killed off here and targeted by 9Pandas. That's exactly what you want, but they've lost Kiyotaka in the meantime. She doesn't have buyback, and Kaori sure as hell does. Back wall is going to plummet everyone's frames here, but it's TA2000 who still persists, who still has the ages, who still has more to give in this fight, and there comes the arena. With the Meteor Hammer connected onto 3, the damage is amazing. TA2000 should finally die here on his first life. Noob does not have another Rolling Thunder for another 45 seconds. We'll see what they can make happen in this fight as Miero cannot land that normal punch, only finding yet another illusion. Seems like for now, Quest Esports are going to go ahead and take things easy. They did buy back on their support. Only got a TA out from that, but listen, Ramses could be in trouble. The Spear of Mars is not going to connect in time before the BKB comes up, but it might not matter because Ramses is going down very quickly. Antares with a charge on in, at least able to stop TA2000 from killing them off super easily. That Crimson Guard as well, making a pretty big difference. Is that for solo? It is for solo. My goodness.
I mean, this fight is just never ending right now. The TA is gonna be alive soon, but TA2000, the true carry right now, gonna finish off the rack.
That's at least mid-barracks gone, maybe more. They found Solo pinned to his own Ancient now as TA2000 begins to beat into him. He is so tanky with that Crimson Guard, but eventually is taken down all the same. Back in 50 seconds as Miero trying to get back into his fountain, being beaten back now by all the illusions from behind. Antares trying to cut the wave, trying to sneak behind him or something. Bulldoze activated, cannot even outrun the damage that Kaori brings. TA2000 back onto the mid lane bear because he will take him down. The disarm now, the 4-step out from Kiyotaka. He is actually TPing away, rooted down in plays. He's going to be safe for now as Kaori at least forced to ulti himself. Cheese! Last second consumed there by Noob as he gets back down to the low ground. There's 2 heroes dead already with Miero having no buyback. The arena of blood onto Antares. Ramses, he's trapped in here as well. BKB in 5 seconds, pinned to the walls of the arena. Meteor Hammer continuing the stun. He drops GG. Winter. GG, well played. It's over. Quest, they get the 2-0 here. They continue to be undefeated in their group playing stage for the Riyadh Masters.
How on earth did they actually just win this game, you know? Like from the position that they were in, they were around 14,000 behind. They suddenly took a fight when the PL had Aghanim's Manta Diffusal, and then he decided, okay, this is the fight they were gonna take. And all of a sudden they won that fight. They killed the TA because the TA doesn't have BKB. And the game just changed entirely after that. They took Roshan. They were the ones pushing high ground despite being like 7-8k behind. What a game, man. What a game.
Yeah. And then the game's just over just like that. I mean, absolutely class act out from Quest Esports in this series. I didn't catch their first series versus OG. I would be very curious to see how that one played out for them, considering how well they played here. They looked unbelievably good, Winter.
Yeah, they also have the same heroes. Rubik Darkseer in the first 2 games. So they clearly value these heroes a lot, the Darkseer. And I don't feel like this guy looks like a stand-in, like feel like he meshes
No.
really well with this team. Malik from VP.
Is under attack.
I feel like
Uh,
he's like oh sorry, Navi. Like
yeah.
I feel like he's really understanding what he needs to do in the game. Like he knows how to play the map with this team, what to do, and how to synergize well with his teammates. I mean,
Yeah, and he just
this game is just amazing. Like the way they play from behind and slowly claw their way back into the game with the small little item timings that they're getting. I mean, credit to Solo. Like I feel like Solo and Miro, the Darkseer early game, was Antares and the Spirit Breaker. They did so much work.
right. To me, it felt like both series, Ramses never really had a chance to be that impactful, you know? Or
Not
maybe,
enough
do
time.
you think it was Ramses, or would you say it was more Kiyotaka?
More Kiyotaka. I think
Okay.
he kind of messed up more, like with his item build, and a lot of the times that he was dying when his team was like close to nearby, they were smoking towards his location, and then he somehow felt like he had more time, so he decided to bait more, or he go in a little bit too fast. And he died. And not having the BKB in this game is a bit like questionable, at least for me. Like I am not really sure why he feels Aghanim is a better option for him. Like I feel like without the BKB, he's just never gonna right click heroes, in the team fights because of the Rolling Thunder and the Mars Arena.
Yeah, it ended up being really difficult for them in this game, and it's only going to continue. Quest's domination so far in the group stage. I mean, in the play-ins rather for the group stage. Let's not get ahead of ourselves just yet. Let me just go ahead and give a refresh here to our standings here currently to see how everyone else is doing. But this does leave Quest as, by my count, the only undefeated team in Group B. Team Masters still so far undefeated in Group A for the first day here of the Riyadh Masters group stage play-in. Make sure you guys check out all the other streams that are going on right now. You can go ahead and check out Channels A, which has no appendix, or all the way through F. So 6 streams of Dota for you guys to be spectating here. Make sure you guys check all those out to make sure you're catching all of the action, because there are so many games of Dota being played today, Winter. I can't even do the math. I literally, hold on, what is that, 6x4? Was that 24 BO2s in one day? That's unheard of. It's so much Dota, so make sure you guys check out plenty of other channels, because I'm sure there's still a couple games going on right now. But coming up next on this channel, for those fans or even haters of 9Pandas, make sure you guys stay tuned. And for all of our Sunflower fans, you can stay right here as well, because we've got OG taking on 9Pandas with our 2 little Sunflowers themselves, Mike LaPhoenix and John X Fire, taking over for us. Winter, your thoughts so far on the first day of Dota action? We've seen any big surprises before we go ahead and wrap up our stint?
Quest. That's the big surprise for me. I didn't expect them to still be doing so well without Arma. I clearly overestimated how much Arma is doing in the team, and clearly underestimated the other 4 players. I always felt like TA 2000 is like a really really strong carry, but I think today I've seen the other players too, especially the stand-in like Malik and the other 2 players, Omar, Noob as well, Kaori. Like they all played really well today. Everybody carried the 20% weight, because 5
Yeah.
players. Ideally, everybody does their weight 20%, 20%, 20%, 20%, 20%. But most of the time, you hear players saying that the carries and the mid laners, the cores especially, you should always do a little bit more, because the supports can only do so much. But I feel like in a very very high level game, the supports can also do as much as the carries. With good
Yep.
spell casting, the wards like you mentioned, you like to talk about how good observer wards can win you the game. Those are the small little things that can actually win the game as a support.
Absolutely. And yeah, I would say I'm also just equally as surprised as Quest. I think a lot of us who have been following Amar ever since his big heyday on from Creepwave have always known he was a big star player. Chrisless, another a Creepwave alumni, right? Really starting to pull his own weight as well on Secret in his matches today. And well, I'm excited to see where the rest of this quest roster will go. They still have 2 more games on the day. They're still putting more Dota on the day. You guys can stay tuned or jump around to the channels. But if you want, again, you can stay here on this very channel for 9Pandas versus OG with Mike LaPhoenix and John X Fire. For Winter and myself, though, thank you guys so much for tuning in on our first day of coverage. We'll see you back tomorrow. But again, the Riyadh Masters group stage play-in continues with more Dota in just a bit. We'll catch